Hey guys, we're back with another episode of an Anime Lately podcast. We're a little bit iffy on the internet at the moment, so you have to bear with us. We just lost one of our co-hosts into the show, and a few of our other co-hosts is gonna jump in a little bit later. But yeah, we're just gonna get started right this moment, and just go with the flow at the moment. We're just gonna just to see we're just they're gonna join us later coming in. We're gonna start the show. We're a little bit late already, so why not? We'll just go straight right in. Welcome Anime Lady Podcast fans. How you all doing? This is Sam the Manga Man. Next to me is JB Incredible Invincible.
What's good? What's good?
Yeah, usually guys, I would do a whole entire intro with the full team, which I can. I can still do it a little bit later on, but at the moment, we will I like to for the entire team first, but at the moment, yeah, it's just me and James at the moment. We will have the rest of the guys here. We're gonna have Abe. Hopefully, his internet gets better. Vash is on his way, and Steve is gonna join us later. But yeah, guys, we're gonna be talking about the Crunchyroll Awards at the moment.
Oh yeah.
We also have we find out that the Yu-Gi-Oh game that came out free on the Switch. I've been playing on that too. Uh, the Godzilla Apple series.
Bro, what?
Yeah, that's gonna be some interesting stuff. Yeah, and the new Bell movie does have estimated up to 2 million. Hopefully, it still gets its nomination within the Global Awards for Hosoda.
For sure.
Yeah, let's go. Let's definitely go right into our full-on discussion. I think the guys will jump in, literally coming little bit afterwards. So we're gonna start.
Yeah, real quick before you do that, I will say I challenge anyone in chat to a duel. I've been waiting to download this Yu-Gi-Oh game. Anyone that wants to duel me, hit me up. I'll give you my friend code on Switch.
I need to go through the entire tutorial first, like the whole like. Right now, I'm like doing that solo stuff, and it's like, yeah, introduce you to this deck, introduce you to this deck. Can't I just play my own? Do I really need to know all these special cards and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
for the people that haven't played it before, And Ashton, I have seen episode 4. Easily my favorite episode. I laughed my fucking ass off, bro. I was crying laughing the whole episode. And it was also really deep and dark and weird. And this is where James Gunn shines, man. Like, this episode of Peacemaker is incredible. Like, if the rest of the episodes are like this is going to become one of my favorite comic book series, period. So yeah, man, great episode. Very excited to see where it goes.
I mean, like, we could talk a little bit. We could talk about a little bit Peacemaker episode 4 right now. I thought it was a really good episode. There's a lot of visuals and clues of what everything was going on for Chris, Peacemaker, John Cena, and I think to have a little bit every like manipulation, the story, the whole judo master again,
and the judo master's awesome.
Yeah. And the ideas of the butterflies. I have not actually seen that in any like DC comic books, or is it like a whole new thing completely, or was it actually
I think it's new. I don't recall ever like reading anything about butterflies in DC Comics. Please correct me in the comments if you guys have seen it, but I haven't. I think it's really unique, and like we learned in episode 3 that they're all over the planet, so it's just like. And then this episode, Judo Master kind of alludes to the fact that the butterflies might not be evil. Mild spoiler. I don't want to go into too much.
Same.
But like the story's been getting really good. Like I never thought we would see the actual like white dragon costume. Right. But I like that they're not shying away from how racist and how terrible of a person his dad was. I love that they're not shying away from that stuff. And how he deals with it. And even though his dad was terrible, he still found his way through to being a somewhat good person.
I don't technically see that fallen good person. I would still see him as a whole racist supremacist and that sort of stuff. And I don't blame the girl like trying to manipulate Peacemaker's best friend. To go into prison and kill him in a way.
That was really fucked up. That was really fucked up.
I'm sorry, spoilers, guys, but honestly, that was entertaining in itself as well. But But yeah, so guys, at the moment update, Abe is not able to join us. Vash, he's on his way. Don't want to rush him. And Steve will come in little bit later. But Grant, if you want to come in, give me 1 second. We said
What's
which
the name
Yu-Gi-Oh?
of the Yu-Gi-Oh game? Isn't it Duel Masters or some shit like that?
Yeah, Master Duel.
Master Duel. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's
But
called.
yeah, it's free.
It's
It's free.
free.
Get it
You
on
can't beat
Switch,
that. You can't beat that.
PlayStation, Xbox. Like,
Okay. Yeah, and I think it's also on Steam too for free.
yeah, I didn't check Steam, but yeah, I mean, definitely get it. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. It's been a while since I played a Yu-Gi-Oh game.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing Magic a lot on my PC. You know, like that's fun. So I would love to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
I know, like, I remember back in the day, we had to, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Had these codes in the bottom, and if you put those codes in, you literally get that certain cards and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
it's not that anymore. I don't believe. I haven't.
Magic does that. If you buy a deck, you can scan the deck and you can put your whole deck into the digital game. So it's really awesome.
Pokemon does that too. Like, if you have a
Sweet.
pack, and then, like, they'll give you this VR code, you just scan that, and it'll literally give you the entire pack of cards into your deck, and you can play online and stuff like that, which is cool. But I know for
It's
sure
been so.
in any
Go
of these
ahead.
trading card games, it's gonna be so highly competitive that it's gonna be very hard to play people online.
Yeah.
But I still I'll give it a shot to try to play people online. But I really want my deck, my personal favorite deck, onto the game. I'll take however long I take to earn the cards, buy the cards, because it's not gacha, but you also need its own game credits.
Oh, really?
I forgot the term. Like, you're gonna like, if you want to buy
There's
packs,
microtransactions.
microtransactions. Thank you. That's it.
Of course, it's free. Of course, there's microtransactions.
There was no other choice. Like, it made sense though. Like, if they still had the whole card code number underneath, you're gonna be spending a good couple hours just to go one card at a time, as well as if you want multiple copies of that card, you have no choice but to buy packs for those games too. Steve, thank you. Thanks for the update. But yeah, so I think we could go ahead and get started for the anime awards.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it.
Cool. So Crunchyroll had a pretty good categories, honestly, if you ask me. And from history right now, for it's all previous years, it seems pretty fair, not as biased as you would believe. Because, like, back in, like, 2020, Demon Slayer did win the majority of 2020, which made sense because that was season one. It's filmable and stuff like that, but also it came second place with Shield Hero in 2020.
Yeah, crazy.
So it was kind of fair. 2021, it was more of JJK and My Hero Academia, which
As it should.
it definitely should. Season 4 did a lot. It definitely deserved its entirety of its win. Now, so knowing this, I feel there's a better shot for be any of the winners, including the underdogs. You want to start from bottom and then go all the way up to anime of the year?
Yeah,
Best
let's
film?
do that. Let me scroll down here.
Sure. Hey, we got Grant.
Oh shit.
I mean, he did say.
So you want to
Tommy
start
and
with
Coach.
best film nominees?
Yeah, let's do best film.
I really need to see Belle.
It's
Everyone
still
in
in
chat,
theater.
if you've seen Belle, please let us know what you think. Yeah, I know. I need to get my ticket. It's just there's other movies that I need to catch. But yeah,
Right. Belle is definitely a great movie. I watched it 3 times. Very good visuals, very good soundtrack and music. The plot might be a little bit confusing, but I feel like after more than one watch or two, after more than one watch, the plot gets a little bit easier to understand. But overall, it's actually a good film to watch.
'cause I get it. I get why Demon Slayer's here, but at the same time, I'm like,
It didn't really,
It really
need to
wasn't
be
that good.
here. Man, that movie
Really
was like
wasn't that good.
that movie was like 2019. Like, honest, that should have been 2019. Like, the only reason why it's here this year is because, like, COVID pushed everything onto, like, movie release and theater release, and then Funimation had the exclusive of this movie. And then afterwards, it was Sony that purchased Crunchyroll and then giving them the movie rights for it. So, like you said, I don't think Demon Slayer deserved to be here, but I feel like they didn't really have much other film choices to begin with.
Grant, what do you think?
I think it's a joke. I also didn't think Demon Slayer deserved to win all those awards that it won that year. So you and I both know how I feel about Vinland Saga being snubbed
Yeah.
during that year.
Right?
So we'll just.
I feel like Ashkelaz should have won Best Antagonist that year.
Bro, come on, man. Like,
But I kind of understand the mom from
Promised Neverland?
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
understand.
I mean,
I
she was
understand.
really, because I mean,
But I mean, different dynamics. I can't
right?
strongly argue, against either. Like if it was gonna be someone, I get it. Someone else besides him, I get it being her. But there wasn't enough nominations for them, and I think we know why. That's
True.
why we didn't get a season 2 last year. But hopeful that we will actually get it this year.
For Promise Neverland?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, Vinland?
for Vinland.
It's been
Sorry,
confirmed.
yeah.
It's been confirmed. They said they this year.
We've lived enough life. When we get there, I will accept it.
I mean, I have
But-
trust in Amazon Prime because they're picking up a lot of good stuff, a lot of good shows right now. They're putting more.
I
like,
want them
money
to
into
take their time because season 2 is going to be tricky, right? Where Vinland Saga goes from this point, it starts to ramp up a little bit and then it gets a bit slow. So just take your time, figure out how you want to create the narrative without changing things too much, because the manga's fucking incredible and I don't want them to change too much, but general audiences will find it boring.
I mean, we got nonstop action, and we ended that season knowing that you were about to basically go into a story type of character development arc.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't catch that, that's fine. But like for those of us that have consumed enough media and storytelling, it's pretty obvious that you were being sent in that direction. So
There was also a lot of
But-
visuals of new characters too, because even they weren't too sure if season 2 was going to be happening. But you can at least see like, hey, but you see this environment, you see the mountain, you see the hills, you see the garden. You do see a glimpse of Vinland in general. But yeah, knowing that, it's going to be a lot of story, a lot of lore, and a lot of new characters coming into that show. I feel, going back into the best film, I think there's going to be a lot of Evangelion fans to vote for this movie as well, because this is the last movie. This is the last of Evangelion after what, 2-3 decades almost.
Something like that, bro.
This is thrice upon a time. Josie and the Tigerfish was okay. I seen that in theaters with Vash. I don't know Shirobako the movie. And I know Words Bubble Up like Soda Pop. That's on Netflix. I've been meaning to check that out, but that's like
Yeah, I bet
that's
too.
in my back burner. I just never got a chance to see it. But honestly, I think Belle should win Best Film. Demon
Yeah, I'm
Slayer
definitely gonna see Belle before they announce the winners for sure.
I think it's like I think the show is next week, I believe, or no, the voting ends next week and the show.
Yeah, the winners will be revealed on February 9th.
Okay, yeah, there's still plenty of time.
Yeah.
All right, moving on of Best Fantasy. Jalba's Reincarnation stands strong. It was really strong.
is a
for the
tough
first
category.
core. Ranking of the Kings was actually really good. It's really good with
sleeper gem of the year, point
Oh, yeah?
blank period. That's it. Sleeper gem of the year.
and now like everybody's on that train to like watch it and everything. That time I got reincarnated as a slime season 2. I don't know. I felt it was a little bit slow. Like
it had to be slow.
it was
Unfortunately,
slow.
it had to be because they put too much previously, and I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, they
Right.
spend a lot of time getting the setup of the war, and then the other part was okay. Here's the war. Here's the battles. Here's what's gonna happen and
I
stuff
think
like
I
that.
think the pacing worked though, because you also have to give, like, you have to show the diplomacy.
Hmm.
Rimuru is traveling between, like, mentoring the kids and, like, other allegiances and stuff like that, and, like, with the other demon lords, and then
It had its
towards the end of it,
it
like, it's
had his
so good.
whole like destruction of his village, and the whole sad moments and stuff like that, and the whole like he about to go turn whole demon lord kind of stuff, which makes sense. It's supposed to take its time and take it slow,
No,
but
I think it was perfect pacing, but like I said, it was because it's like they could have stretched out the previous season, but then we would have had to start the season with the kids. That
Right.
would have been too much of a slow drag throughout
hmm
the season. But like you said, you get to end on a really high note.
hmm
You know that Rimuru isn't necessarily the top dog now in the world, but you also know that he's sitting with the top dogs in the world,
right.
and
Right.
you get to see he's still in this phase of like I'm still figuring it out. Like I'm super strong, but I don't even fully understand all of my powers right now. And you just end on a really good note without putting any spoilers for anyone that hasn't watched the season yet.
There was also like conspiracy stuff they like kind of explained into it. Like honestly, it was actually the show where I didn't mind it was being week to week, like to watch. It was like it was nice fun to watch on Tuesdays. All right, cool. Like it was nice information, the new characters. I think it was fine, but within the categories of jobless and ranking of the kings, it's gonna be hard. It doesn't really. I'm sad. It's sad to say it's not gonna compete with that.
Every
Um,
single person I have shown Ranking of the Kings or told them to watch has binged it and loved it.
Yes.
Every single person I've recommended it to.
all right.
The case study of Vanitas, I have never checked it out. I heard of it, but
I
I've
haven't
never
even
checked it out.
heard of it.
It's good.
Is it
I
good?
I stumbled upon it because you have those like randoms on your list that you didn't check out. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I was wanting to watch this because I think like my Funimation account had canceled at some point in the year. So like
Mm.
everything that was like at that point that was solely on Funimation, I didn't watch. It is on
Funimation?
Crunchyroll and Funimation and
Oh.
Hulu now. So but yeah, the new season is out. The first season was it was good. It was interesting. It was again kind of like a nice week to week kind of pace.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes more serious tone, sometimes silly. Um, I feel like I'm hoping for the second season to be good because I feel like what we've been getting a lot recently is really strong season ones
Mm.
and then foot fumbles of season twos. I don't feel like it's necessarily a contender, but those intros are beautiful. The intros for good OST right there.
It's currently on its season 2, right? The season?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember
Or
seeing it.
is it season 2 or second core? I forget. Might be second core. Can't recall.
Because technically, a lot of these animes that's listed has more than 12 episodes, except for Wonder Egg Priority. Uh, I hear good things about that anime. But everybody tells me the OVA was not great. It was like really, it was like bad. They tell me, but the entirety of the show was good. I hear.
I didn't watch the OVA. I did
Yeah,
enjoy
I didn't.
the show, but it the timing of when it came out with regards to other things, I wasn't really encouraged to watch it week to week. So I kind of watched like halfway and then I watched the second half of it.
Mm.
But it was good. Beautiful colors and art.
To Your Eternity, I've been meaning to check that out. I heard there's a lot of like drama and sad story into this. Uh,
Yeah, I've only seen like 2 episodes, but it what I did see was good.
Slime. I
the
think I got to maybe episode 4.
I from what I saw in trailers, the visual looks really good too. But yeah, this is actually kind of a hard choice too. But I feel like with fantasy, I think isekai kind of stuff, and that's the reason why I feel
Slime.
jobless. I feel jobless is gonna be with this.
Slime season
Yo,
2. That's my pick, man.
um, Jobless is a hard contender, bro.
It's a very
I
hard
want it.
contender.
I want it to be Slime. I am with you, but Jobless is a hard contender.
For sure.
I'm denying ranking of kings for fantasy too. It's like,
If we were going, however, if we were going just based off the last 3 episodes, of both seasons of both series, it's definitely
Slime for
slime.
that one.
It's definitely
But then
slime.
we are going overall the whole
Yeah, it's the
12.
overall. Yeah.
I believe it should be 12 episode because Jobless's first core, Ranking of the Kings were on the second core. Slime had both seasons, or we're just counting the first part. Vanitas is the first part. To Your
I
Eternity,
mean, this is first part.
To Your Eternity
Hmm.
was 20 episodes throughout, and Wonder Egg Priority was 13, I believe.
Man, that's a tough category, man.
That is a very tough
It's a tough
category.
category.
Okay, moving on to Best Romance. Beastars was actually really good for season 2. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like season 2 was good. It hit better than season 1.
Yeah, it shocked me because after the first episode, I was like, like I wasn't in a mood to watch it, and then
Mm-hmm.
it just kept going, and yeah, it got nice. But I think it was so good because the first season did such a good job establishing it.
Right, it
Right.
definitely did. I think it's. I remember once the first season came out, a lot of people were so turned off about the first season. Like, yeah, all these memes, all these tweets, people saying all that shit. Like,
It's like
I mean,
look
just
beyond,
look
man.
beyond that. Like, you're fine. He has great storytelling into this, and then season
Look,
2.
you saw how everyone watched Stone Ocean. All it took was that one clip. And everyone was like, "Oh, I gotta watch the whole JoJo series now. That's what's going on in JoJo's, man. That's crazy."
Nah, I think because like no, we can't do Beastar because people think I'm a furry or something. I'm like, oh. But season 2 was actually definitely different, having the whole different side of Legoshi, having another side of I forgot his name, the deer's name, Louis,
Luis,
Yeah.
yeah,
like him being the whole mafia boss of carnivores, while Legoshi is going for the whole. He was trying to be the whole vegetarian route, the whole no meat, the whole I appreciate every single life around me kind of thing. It's very zen for his character,
mm,
and to have it intertwine, we finding the killer, uh, the whole like traumatic visuals of how he saw things and how other people see it, and I guess the whole idea of nature versus nurture within the show, where
Right.
the polar bear felt like, yo, I can't help it. It was just nature. It's in my nature to do this, but at least like my the friends that I've ate appreciate that, like appreciating the whole nature versus nurture. This is all within my nature, but nah, this is just from your perspective. This was just you never really saw from the people getting eaten or the people you fight and the people you hurt and that sort of stuff. Where Legoshi, him being trained by the panda bear, him like literally had no longer his jaw to fight. He's using his hands, legit like fighting, like boxing and stuff like that. It was dope. The choreography from Beastars was really good.
Yeah, man. It's a really good series. Like I want to check out the manga because it's such a good story.
I I do too. Uh, Fruit Basket. I see that in so many categories from last year and the previous year, and how
yeah,
come it only win like I think
yeah.
like one or two categories, and then that's it. I'm not a Fruit Basket fan. Like I haven't started. I didn't grow up with it. I haven't like. I don't know. I was never like into it, so I can't honestly give my opinion if it was like a good show, good anime, or if they did the manga justice. Um,
I did not watch the last season, but everyone talks really well about it. I super enjoyed the first season of the remake. I did not watch the original story or read any of it, so it's a great story. There's a lot. I've actually just been as I heard it's just that good. But
Yeah,
apparently
I've
not good
only
and
heard
not
good
not good
things
enough
about
to
Fruits
win
Basket.
things.
mm. It is its final season too, so I guess it finally wraps up this entire reboot of its show and whatever leftover of mangas that they never covered onto this reboot series. Um, Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Never watched it. I don't
So I
really.
mean, So this is so it's fun. It's fun and it's cute. But
Okay.
if it should be here for best romance, probably not.
All right.
No, it's filling a
You know,
spot.
it's a
It's
it's
just
a
filling a
weird
spot.
choice.
Mm-hmm.
It's filling a spot.
I think this was.
Probably, yeah.
I think this was gonna be the winner of this category, Horimiya. I hear a lot of good things about this. The whole romance of it all, the high school life, all of it. It really captures like within the 12 episodes, it's captured the entire thing of it. So, I feel like that actually might win it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
I feel like that's probably an easy win. Feels bad for Fruit Basket, but I feel like that's an easy win for them.
Because I know for
Yeah.
sure Komi Can't Communicate is not really much of a romance. It's not even romance. It's just like a slice of life, school life comedy show. And there is
There
a.
was there was that one series, oh man, I forgot the name, where the dude was like he had like 2 or 3 girlfriends. I don't remember the name of it right now. That was more of a romance than some of the entries in the category, but sure that's not.
Is that girlfriend girlfriend?
Yes, girlfriend.
He had like 3 or 4 from what I've
Yeah,
seen.
he
Like
had
what
like
was
three
he?
at the end of the
Good for him.
season or something. 2 or 3 at the end of the season. Yeah.
I remember I had
I'm just saying that was more of a romance than some of the things that are being nominated here, in my opinion.
the Duke of Death and His Mate. I may have seen a trailer, I've seen a visual, but I've never really watched this.
I have not seen this either.
I mean, JC Staff doesn't really like. They do pretty good work, but this is actually one of the ones I haven't really touched into. Ashton, I think you're right. Why? How come Love is War is not on here?
Should it be? Technically? Wouldn't it technically be closing out of 2020?
With season 2, yeah,
Technically.
it is. Cause that'd be
So yeah, maybe
a big miss if they didn't do Love
yeah,
is War.
maybe they're snipping because that happens a lot with December release things where it's like, is it 2020? Is it 2021? Is it 2021? 2022?
I remember watching it in the summer. I guess.
I don't know.
But yeah,
Crunchyroll can't get it right all the time.
true. But at least we
Yeah.
know like they're covering both Funimation and I don't know if they're still doing Amazon Prime animes like they did with Vinland Saga, but
I mean, that would be unfair if they didn't. So I hope that's the case. You know.
that's very true. That's very true. All right, let's move on to best drama.
This one's easy, man. 86.
86 was really good in drama. 86 was really good with the drama.
What else is on the list? Humor me, Sam. What else is on the list?
Fruit Basket, the final season. I'm gonna get it. I get it.
Eh?
Kageki Shoujo. I'm not sure what that is.
That sounds familiar, but I don't think if I started watching, I definitely don't remember finishing it.
Taxi. I get it in some points,
Okay.
Sure,
but it's
yeah.
not.
Okay.
But it's not too much on drama.
Imagine these being in the same category as Vinland Saga. That's funny.
To,
Okay.
to your eternity, which if you're gonna have a whole sad boy story, the whole everything and the whole life thing, it's kind of understandable why you put this in best drama.
That's a
And-
contender. That's a contender.
And Wonder Egg Priority, which makes sense because of its story, its message, and the whole like going into, suicide and all this sort of stuff like that. That's why
That might win.
yeah,
Dang, that might
it's
win.
very hard. It's one's a hard one for me, but I want 86 to win.
I think it's gonna be 86, man.
86 tells a way deeper message
How
and
come
a
I
much better execution on an overall story, in my opinion. And we got a good amount of episodes in the entire year. I didn't even think we were gonna get it all last year.
Mm-hmm. Actually, technically,
So I've-
we didn't. Technically, the last two because of production issue, animation issue.
Yeah, so we're still
the
missing
last two
the
episodes.
last 2 episodes.
It's gonna be coming out
Yeah.
in March, which.
But I mean, even still, if we didn't count them, that part where it stopped is also just it was just a nice place.
you're
Like,
right.
if you told me if someone told me that if I didn't know that there was 2 more episodes coming, I would have just been like, oh, I wish there was more, but that was a pretty good place to stop that the season.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just such a good story, and I'm actually ready to get more of it.
You consider
Yeah, man.
like the last 2 episodes its epic log, if anything, and then you can.
No, because I think there's still there was very clearly a tie back. We know that they were getting help from somewhere else, and we still hadn't seen um what's her name? Can't
So
remember.
So there was actually a translation issue. They never translated where it was supposed to be for English. However, for a
Hmm.
different language, it had it on top of its translation of like whoever's within this area, get back within this room, like literally right away, like from the microphone. Yeah, like
Oh.
whoever's within it, and then you already know who the voice is, and we all know who came back to came back to save
Yeah,
them.
I feel like they kind of said it in the sub. Like you, like I guess also I probably just inferred because you could like again you could kind of tell the voice, and I was like, that's what I'm
Hmm.
saying. Like you were kind of waiting to see her get back on the screen again, essentially at some point in time. So I feel like that part is like, yeah, you would want that to finish the season at least.
Yeah, I agree. But 86 definitely should win that best drama
Yeah,
for
man. I
sure.
mean, you're battling classism, racism, adversity, like
AI robots that
everything.
wants
There's
to kill you,
everything.
that are the ghosts of your previous comrades that you if that got killed by these AI machines, and if you don't kill them, like personally shoot them or kill them, they get taken, and you're in a worse position where if you hear the voice, you're gonna hesitate the whole. You're gonna set yourself back, and you're gonna get yourself killed. And if you get killed, you get captured, and that goes to your comrades. The entire story of it hurts. It
It,
just
it reminds me. It reminds me of the Cybermen from Doctor Who. Like
yes.
I don't know if you guys are Whovians at all, but yeah.
I'm not a Hoovian, but I do know the reference.
Okay.
Hey
But yeah,
Hello.
Vash,
that's what it makes me think of. What up, Ash?
welcome.
What's up? What's up? I didn't know that we have a surprise guest here. I saw.
Hey, I mean we brought him in. We are taking him in the game.
I can see that. I saw the chat. I'm like, oh, he's gonna put in the game, and then I see like, oh, he did get put in the game. So, Kendall, welcome to the Anime League podcast.
Thank
Nice
you.
to see you here.
We already welcomed him.
Yes.
Long time listener.
Well, from my end, and
Thanks, Bunch.
I'm going to welcome myself here, even though Sam, I don't know if he
No,
gave an
don't
intro.
do it. Don't do
I,
it.
I,
Don't do it,
I, I
Vash.
couldn't do an intro because it was
Don't
just
do it,
me and
Vash.
James, and like
Yeah.
Abe could come back in.
When Steve comes, and hopefully if Abe comes back, we'll see.
Okay, cool. All right,
Good to have you.
But
man.
yeah, but
How was
yeah.
your day?
Thank you. Long as hell. Production life is hectic. I'm James, and Kendall knows a bit about that. But this week, just coming back from work, producer shit, weather. Why would you schedule a beach scene, a beach day on a fucking January winter weather with 20 degrees, knowing that it snows and is weather is unpredictable? So many
Schedule,
questions
man.
there.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
schedules definitely.
Hey,
What are you gonna do?
first thought I think like I don't know. You want to do a polar plunge literally this year? That's like 4 or 5 years ago and shit. But
Look, sometimes you just gotta stick to the production schedule and take your gambles, man.
That is
Random tangent. The final fight sequence at the end of the first John Wick, like they have these rain machines going for hours all day, and it's cold as fucking shit outside. I think Keanu said it was like low 30s, and they had to do this fight sequence with rain machines. So it's like it's scheduling, man. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Can't wait
it's
until
scheduling.
summer.
It's scheduling. You can't do anything about it. It's just fun. This is my career. I chose it. I love production work. So, hey, if you do what you love, you stick it through it, no matter how stick in the mud of snowing, rainy, whether you drive by and falling asleep on the road is. It's
Every
fun.
job sucks, but at least you're doing what you love.
damn, I didn't know
Exactly,
you were a
so-
mailman. I'm getting your mail. Rain, snow, shine.
That is very true. But I'd be delivering people's shows and movies on their own streaming service because technically I'm working for Netflix. So I guess that works. So
Are you allowed
guess
to say
that-
that?
I work for Netflix. I just can't say what show I'm doing.
The fine line.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like I work for said company. Like I worked for Hulu before, but since the show's already done, I work for Only Murders in the Building. So that show's already done, and so it's like that's about it.
I mean,
I just can't say what
I'm
show.
pretty sure you can say like where he worked, but not what he's working on.
Yeah, or what
Yeah.
cast, what
That's
people.
the same thing.
Like
Like,
that's not public yet.
that's like the same as like, oh, I work for Google. Oh, I work for Amazon. Yeah, cool. It doesn't matter what department. You just know you're in a big company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
But
that's like the
we were talking about best dramas this year.
Yeah.
We were pretty much all unanimous on wanting 86 to win because I think that's the best like dramatic story.
You
But
wanna-
what about you, Vash?
You want to start best drama first, or you want to go back down the list and then come up and meet us?
we could make the loop around when Steve comes back. But where's best drama, best fight scene, best director?
Yeah, we
Best
still
drama.
started at the bottom.
We start
Okay,
from
you start
bottom to
bottom.
up. We started bottom
It's,
to go up.
Okay, so best film,
fourth
best
one from the
fantasy.
bottom.
Look at best drama. 86, Fruit Basket haven't not seen. Kaguya Shoujo have never seen.
No.
Taxi, I know Steve might most likely vote that. Two
For
turning,
drama
me
though,
and
for
Stan,
drama.
me and Sam still plan to see that. Wonder Egg
I
Party
didn't
still
find
plan to
time
see
for
that.
it.
Out of the ones that is there that I've seen and know about, I vote for 86 as well.
I feel like I'm gonna
Uh,
watch To Your Eternity by myself to see just to see for this entire category, does 86 still holds up against To Your Eternity and Wonder Egg
but-
Priority?
You know, I feel like Odd Taxi had a really cult following when it came out, though.
It did.
But also Wonder Egg Priority, because from what Black said last week, he spoke about how Wonder Egg hits the people's traumas and people's stories of how you handle suicide and other stuff in real life. So I feel like that is also a good drama, knowing that you can relate to one person into the MC and other stuff that's going on. So even though it had like a side story and a lot of people don't like it, about the conclusions what I heard or think Black said, but
I think it's
a
the
lot
OV-
of people.
people tell me the OVA was not good.
Yes,
but
that's what it
but
was.
the entirety of the anime was good. So so technically it's fine. We're not gonna count the OVA. I
Yeah.
think as a whole, it's a pretty good contender already.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I heard a lot of things about Wonder Egg, Odd Taxi, and 86 last year the most. But out of those three that I have heard, I've only seen 86 part 1. So that's my vote as well. So I agree on that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I find
How-
Taxi has more of a mystery too, but it has a
How-
lot of real life drama within it though, for sure.
Quick side tangent. I know that you guys just spoke about it, but I know that Beastars has a romance with the Wolf and Bunny,
Hmm.
but best romance, like I think they just put that there just to get probably an award or something or type of.
I feel like that.
nomination.
I feel that too, because season 2 was.
What is
think-
it
I think
what is it
I think it's
categorized as? I
warranted,
think
you
it's
know?
actually I think it's the series itself is categorized as a.
He's doing all this
slash
just for
It's like a
Haru.
romance drama.
Yeah, he kind of do all the Goshi does all this for Haru in general, so it made sense to me.
Yeah, and the fact that their relationship is actually complicated and not cookie cutter, that makes it more interesting to me.
Mm-hmm. But you sure you don't want to go up your list first?
I'll start giving you my quick list of best film, Belle. As much as I love Joseph in the Tiger and the Fish, that was a beautiful film.
It was
I
a
think I
beautiful
cried-
fish.
I
Ashton
think I
said that
cried,
it has some of the best visuals I've ever seen. Yeah, it is a beautiful
Yeah,
film.
I think I cried with one
Ash-
tear or something throughout the film.
Yeah, I
from
never really
Sam.
cried. Never cried it though. It was it's good.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. And beautiful message, understanding what it's your worth and what you cannot take things for granted. That's a beautiful message for the story because us humans like to take things for granted. Once it's gone, we want it back, and that film handles it really beautifully and very impactful. But Belle, the music, the animation, it's just so powerful of what is the message of you trying to break your own type of icebreaker, and I feel like that's such a powerful thing because a
But-
lot of people don't know how to do that. And I
Yeah,
find it,
I voted for Belle
um,
too, but I saw a lot of people who were really confused about the plot at first. After more than one watch, I feel people have a better understanding of it. But everything else was really good for Belle.
I have not heard that, but all I know is definitely for Belle. Best fantasy, Mushka Tensei, Core One, Break of the Kings haven't seen it, Slime haven't seen it yet. Teen Attorney, haven't seen it. War in the Egg. Okay, so out of all the ones I've seen, there is Jobless Reincarnation Part 1. And for those I've seen the reaction of me and Sam, I love Jobless. So that's my vote for that one. And for Best Romance, um, haven't seen any of those. Not sure when the Kaguya-sama came out, but
Yeah,
out of those,
that's what I thought too. Like, how come Kaguya-sama season 2 was not on this category?
let's see. Kaguya.
Or was that like 2 years back? I might be wrong. But
Yeah, I think that was like 2020.
Oh,
Like it was.
Yeah, that's what I was.
It was
That's
2020
what
spring. 2020 spring.
Okay. Okay. So
2020 spring.
yeah. Okay,
So
that's
that
why.
makes sense.
that
So when
checks
it
out.
comes when it comes to Best Romance, I cannot vote. But if I have to give a vote, I'll give it to Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagarto, because out of all those, I've only seen one episode of that one. So out of those, I have to give it to
Wait,
that
you
one.
haven't watched
But
Beastars season 2?
season 2? No, not yet. Haven't really put the time to see it or check it out. Even though I love season 1, haven't seen it. And for Best Drama, 86.
Okay. Cool. Now let's go. Now let's continue going up the list, and going to Best Comedy. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Again, I haven't seen it. I can't have my opinion onto it.
It's fun, but best comedy of the year
That's
probably wouldn't be on my list.
Heaven's Design Team. I've seen a trailer but have not watched it.
I just couldn't. I couldn't. I watched the first episode and I just was like, it's not that funny. I didn't give it a chance. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Comey Can't Communicate. There is comedy. I did find it funny in some parts, a little bit enjoyable in the others.
I've seen a lot of memes of it as well.
But overall, of best comedy is a stretch. Life Lessons with Iramichi Onisan.
This picture makes me want to watch it. This flyer, I kind of want to check it out now.
Is it the
Steve
one-
and
Is it the one on the top right? Is it the one that has some type of bear and bunny outfit?
yeah, that one. That one talks about like the real life struggles of an adult person trying to communicate it to kids and children. It's like literally an adult teacher is putting all his drama onto little kids, and little kids are criticizing him and stuff like that.
So Japan is telling me to watch a show that I already lived my life about.
But you're telling
I
that
already go through this.
You complain that to
I
the
already go through
kids.
this.
No, but you're telling it to little kids and shit, and like they tell you their thoughts and they make fun of you and stuff.
So not to sound like Ray, but I feel like I already go through this in life. Like I don't need to watch something I already go through. So this is a pass for me. I don't want to suffer more than I should.
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid S. I did like the anime season, and I was really happy for Kyoto Animation to come back after the whole fire incident and stuff like
Yes,
that.
yes.
This was a good
This was
return.
on my list. I need to watch this. This was on my list.
This is a you
Yes,
don't you don't need to
I-
take it seriously. It is a slice of life. It has a comedy. It's kind of Yuri, and a lot of fan service. But everybody only seen fan service at the shows only.
Is this in tandem with the whole series? Because I haven't I literally last year started the first season, and I was like, I don't know if I can just watch this out of sequence.
It does connect with the manga, and it does continue on from like the first season. But
Yes,
literally
I'll get to it.
It's literally just like different stories of individual perspective and characters and that sort of stuff. You don't need to take it seriously. It's just a nice fun, has comedy, a lot of fan service. I get it, and I enjoyed it. It had really good animation scenes into it too. And last but not least, A Taxi.
I have a
Best
feeling
comedy?
I have a
Best
feeling
comedy?
it might win, man. I have a feeling.
I think Komi might win it.
Yeah, it's gonna be between. I think it's between Odd Taxi and Komi.
For popularity wise, it might be Komi, but I do want Odd Taxi to win in that comparison.
By the way, quick side tangent, because since I see it's on the list a lot. Did you see what happened a couple days ago when the dub voice cast for Nagataro got announced and the girl was black for the voice actor for dub? and
Mhm.
how a lot of people was criticizing that why they cast
Yo,
a black voice actor,
Twitter community
and
be
it's just
assholes, man.
and like it just makes like I want to ask James and Kendall, like, how did y'all feel? But because I know Kendall just sighed, so I guess you knew about it.
So I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm like actually like trying to seriously get into voice acting and taking classes and stuff. So yeah,
Oh,
I've been
dope.
kind of peeping
Sweet, man.
these conversations, and I turned off Twitter for like 2 days actually. I just didn't go on Twitter. Um
Understandable.
it's it's wasn't that it upset me, it's that I'm tired of giving them life because they go
Exactly.
viral over us giving them attention.
You're right.
Sometimes we just need to let their comments die in the ether. People are gonna be moved. People are not gonna be moved. We, especially us, we live in America. We know racism still exists here. Like that's not anything to hide about. But I think for me, like I said, I turned it off because I didn't want to see the conversation around it. It inspired me more than anything. I saw Tony Weaver posted a video about it. I thought he handled it really well. I'm glad that he continues to do commentary. Shout out to him on these type of topics. But no, it just motivated me more. Um, I'm glad you hate us so much.
I don't know, man. It's Tuesday, honestly. Like this is just the way it is. Like you said, like these people are on the internet fishing for likes, they're fishing for comments, and shit like this is like it's like when we talk about the Black Superman stuff, right? It's like, guess what? Kal-El's not white. So it's like get over it. You know what I mean? Like he's not Caucasian, he's not of Earth, he's not a white guy. Get over it. He like these things are so stupid. Like whenever they change races and even like sex, like sexual preference of characters, I'm like, why do you care so much? Like, why does it hurt you so much that these things are happening? If you don't like it, don't watch it. Just watch the sub. If it bugs you that much, just shut up and don't watch it. Like that's how you talk to studios with your money, with your viewership. If you hate it that much, just don't watch it. I can't give this shit my energy because like I said, it's Tuesday. This is just how it works in America.
That's a good point. Like, I just want to ask what you guys did. I mean, felt the chat as well, because it's like when I saw that, it's the thing that Kendall said. Like, I saw that, I was like, really? And I just ignore it because I'm like, I don't have the energy to quote retweet or give attention to these people. I'm like, nah. But it's just sad. It's like I'm so optimistic. My friends know, people who know me, is like I just hope every year society tries to improve, but every time it's just society proves us wrong, that we just cannot improve as human beings. But I just hope that these voice actors, these content creators around the world, that it sucks that we have to grow some type of thick skin just to survive in this entertainment industry. When it's like we're just humans, just like you. Just because we give you entertainment, it shouldn't give you an excuse for you to try to bully us or hurt us just because you don't like what we do or like what we give. Like that should not give you no power for you to have over us, and that's the sad part about it.
The other annoying thing is no one cares when white people voice people of color. No
Nope.
one cares.
Nope, they don't.
Like there was white people voicing people of color on The Simpsons for years.
Yes.
It happens all the time, and no one cares. The moment it's a person of color voicing any other character that was traditionally something else, now it's a problem. It's just ridiculous, man. It's never going to change. It is what it is. I'm glad you're motivated by it. I'm glad that you just see this as energy to just push you forward, because that's what you have to do, man. Like, it is what it is. Like, you can't let this shit get you down, man.
But I just wanted to ask about that since I saw it here
For sure.
on the awards, and there's a good conversation to just ask and for chat.
Ooh,
Just for people overall.
can I slight something back to the romance category? Can
Okay.
we
Yeah.
swap out? Can we swap out? Where is it? What was there that I didn't understand why it was there? Can we swap out Don't Toy With Me for Skate?
Skate was romance?
I feel
Yes,
like
it
it was a
was.
beautiful, I feel like
It
it was a
was.
beautiful romance series,
That
and
is true.
anyone that wants to argue would debate. I can't see the comments, but you are free to argue and debate it. So
By the way,
I
this
I think it is. And
if you
I think it'd
like
be better
dub,
suited.
go check the dub for Skate. It's amazing. There's an episode where the guy comes out and says, "Hello, my non-binary all gender people.
Wait.
I'm here to race and everything." And it's just hilarious. I don't know what Funimation was thinking, but it was just pure comedy. And I do agree, Kendall. This is a love show, like a romance with skating and overall with friends, and it's just a good romance overall because I feel like it's very beautiful storytelling. And like I spoke about it last week with Black, it's such a good show that I did not expect. I've never cared about skating, and like James, I've tried skating as well. Not like James, who has tried more than me. I've tried twice, and like, you know what, this ain't for me. I'm good. I'm gonna
I'm
just
gonna
give
keep
up.
trying, man. One day.
Did we
One
not?
day I'll be
Did
a
we not?
skateboarder.
Did we not have at least 6 sports animes that we could have had a sports specific category this year?
I think there was a biking.
I feel like there
sport.
was like at least 5 or 6 that
But
we could
like,
have just.
but without uh, Haikyuu, there really
We did
wasn't.
have Haikyuu last year.
We did.
They did. They did.
Yes.
I think that would have been the only standalone winner then.
No, I
believe.
feel like you stand out again. I think Skate was really good. You had
Unless
Haikyuu.
they're gonna throw Megalobox season 2.
We
'cause
had
that's
we had
boxing.
Megalobox. We had wasn't the there was that Serene.
All right. So in
Um,
sport last year in 2021 was skate,
Uh-huh.
the swimming one, the basketball
Free?
one,
basketball one.
Kuro basketball.
Megalobox, Baki. There was another
And
volleyball
Baki,
one.
Baki.
there was more than 6. We could have. There should be. We need to stop snubbing sports animes.
There's
There should be a
about-
sports category.
There's also
There's
Blue
about-
Period too, wasn't it? That was last year. But I mean, still ongoing, yes. But
Do we
Ting-
consider Blue Period? Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
there was 20 animes of sports last year.
No sports category, and it's been one of the growing categories over the past decade. Why?
And there's a
Why
hockey one
Crunchyroll?
too.
What's that
There's
one
a-
called?
Oh yeah, there was I forgot.
Pura Aura Pride of the Orange.
Did that
it
come
has
out late fall or early
late
winter
fall
or something? Yeah.
late fall, 12 episodes. Is about girls playing hockey, and it is 59%. So I guess some people like it, not a lot. The average is 59 and the mean score is 60%. So, and it was by Studio C2C. Don't know that studio much about, so probably it's just new studio or small one. But yeah, so Kendall does have a point. I'm shocked that there's no sports category, but like we all know, Crunchyroll Awards is not perfect. They learn it and make mistakes. Do they improve? I don't know. It depends on your perspective,
but it's not really. It's not biased though. At least the vo-
C2C has been around since 2009, guys.
so less than 12 years. That's still kind of new.
I mean, that's young, but that's
Yeah, it's young.
Not that young.
I've not heard about them at all, unless I just didn't realize I knew about them.
What does it have a list of their projects that they've done?
I am looking.
They have done Wandering Witch in the Journey of Elena in 2020.
I heard.
uh,
I've seen trailers of that.
Oh, they did
look good.
Tsukimichi Moonlight Fantasy too.
Oh what?
That's the one I-
Okay.
Wandering
What?
Witch.
Oh damn! Because I got good animation too.
I didn't finish it, but it did World End, and that was pretty good.
We're in Harem. Or
know
World
what?
End. Trigger. Or World Trigger.
Yeah, I was gonna
No,
say
no,
Trigger.
no, not World Trigger. World End. I'm just gonna keep
Oh,
scrolling.
But Tsukimichi was one of the isekai anime I recommended to James. It had really good animation in that one.
It
The
sure
one,
did.
the one that I was kind of talking about is War End. What are you doing at the end of the war? Are you busy? Will you save us? That's definitely a light novel. Yep, light novel. Light novel. Yep, light novel adaptation. God damn, light novels have so long ass titles. I just feel like I lose breath when I say them.
I'd never heard of it.
Yeah,
I just added it to my queue in Crunchyroll.
Of course, you
Tsukimichi?
added the long ass title.
Tsukimichi was in that Excel list, James. What are you doing?
Oh, this was already in the list.
This is already in the list.
Okay, cause I started with the assassin one. That's the first one that I started watching. So
Alright.
This was earlier.
Yeah, it was summer. It was a summer. This was Wednesday.
Yeah, summer release.
It's like my same day as Dragon Maid.
I didn't finish this for some strange reason though.
It was good.
Like,
I liked it.
but I enjoyed watching it week to. I remember watching the episodes and I was enjoying it. I just don't.
Um,
But we were on best comedy, so for me, I can't really vote on that since I haven't not seen any of them other than Domus Nagataro. So I guess the one episode I'll give it to Domus Nagataro as well.
it might go to Komi or Odd Taxi.
Yeah, speculation would be Omi or Odd Taxi. I agree.
But let's talk about best action because I know where James is gonna go to that with no hesitation. Boy's not gonna give it 1 second. He's gonna be like, Attack on Titan. That's it.
Yeah, you already know. I don't have to.
Wait, before we jump into this, have you guys checked out the episodes of Tokyo 24th Ward yet?
Heard of
Oh.
it, but I haven't checked it out into it yet.
Give it a peep. At least check the first episode. I think it's only 3 episodes right now.
What's
but,
it called again?
Tokyo Ward
24th. Yeah, the Tokyo 24th Ward or Tokyo Ward 24.
Alright.
Weird translation's weird.
All right, so Demon Slayer didn't really need to even add to this category. Like, you had an entire movie. You didn't need to separate it to 7 episodes to put it onto another season and shit. Not necessary. JJK Core
It's-
Season 2, however,
So yeah, so in
that had
Attack on
action.
Titan Part 1, Demon Slayer Mugen Train arc, JJK Core 2, and then SSS Dianazun, I think you pronounce it, VV and Wonder Egg Priority.
Vivi I've been meaning to check out. I heard it
Same
looked
here.
beautiful
Yeah.
of animation.
I want to
Um,
give my vote. I'm sorry, James, but JJK Core 2.
I was gonna say
Yeah, man.
JJK Core 2 as well because it had the Yuji and Toji versus Haname.
Yeah,
Yo,
I'm
those
about to
collabs?
say. I don't. You know what's first? I just want to say I really didn't think about until reading this that Wonder Egg Priority was actually a really good action series, and it was.
Yes,
I've seen some clips.
I've seen
I haven't
clips
seen it
too.
myself. Like the
Oh no,
on
it's action every episode. It's like I didn't think about it because of the unique nature to which the action is presented around.
Huh.
But it is. This is a good. Wow. Anyways, it's JJK. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I mean, as far as my pick to win, it's JJK. But in my heart of hearts, I mean, all I can see in my head is just Eren
Is it Lord
versus
Eren?
the
Sasagi?
Warhammer Titan, him fucking killing everyone in Marley during that meeting. Like, oh my god.
But it's just like knowing at the time I was an anime watcher for JJK before I became a manga reader. So it's just knowing and seeing what's happening. Usually the idea of curse energy, knowing of curse technique, and you know, my man Gojo just fucking doing a whole purple thing. My man was floating up in the sky like God out there. So like just
Was it?
JJK.
Did Core 2 also had the Mahito fight?
Yes. my boy
Yuji and
is
Naname
acting
versus
too.
Mahito? That was the
If we're
Right.
talking
Boy, where'd
action,
you going? Where'd you going?
if we're talking action, it is JJK.
It is.
It is. It's
There's no doubt.
besto. It's besto friendo till the end of the season.
He
That's
gave them
the,
a
that's
hand.
the arc.
Oh man. This is a quick one. Let's go straight into best ending sequence.
Oof.
Okay, let's see. Shoyoki Yoko
Oh,
Attack on
man.
Titan Part 1. Oh, that's a great ending.
Oh,
Beastars
man.
haven't seen it. Demon Slayer Bunga Trainer Lisa. Shadow House, never heard of it. Skate. Oh, Yuri, that's a great one.
The ending, so I'm a spider, so what? The ending's pretty good for that one too.
It was okay.
Yeah,
That literally is like every ending was a little bit slightly different. And it was literally about this girl like she's a spider, and she was just complaining and like doing the whole death metal kind of stuff song onto her
I liked it.
ending.
Yeah, I also liked it. I
I didn't
love
like
Lisa. I love Lisa, but I still hate the fact that
I
we
have not seen the
given
ending
this
for
arc.
Lisa, honestly, for Mugen Train. Is it the same?
It's
I mean, is the music the same wise with the with our boy? Fire, like
Well, not sure what you're-
is it Lisa like Fire when she sang the song for the movie for Fire, or is it completely different new ending sequence?
Are we talking about the full-on sequence? You just mean the song?
It just
I'm
says
just
best ending sequence.
Yeah, it's the
uh,
whole sequence.
it's the whole sequence. Also, yes, I do not recall which one it is actually.
I don't remember. I didn't see it. I don't think.
I
Because
was
Ashton,
not. I didn't watch Demon Slayer Mugen arc for my own entertainment in any kind of way. I picked like 2 episodes and I was like, okay. So
I mean, like, yeah, there's no disrespect for Lisa, and
that's why I was like, it's no disrespect, but I just also
same here,
wasn't
yo. Like,
didn't really want that. But Attack on Titans and Skate, I don't remember Beastars. It's not that it wasn't good, but Attack on Titans and Skate stand out really strongly in my memory.
It's probably gonna be Skate, but I'm hoping for AOT because
Yeah,
it's really good.
yeah. But Skate, the songs in Skate, everything in Skate is honestly just really good.
yo,
To be
that
quite fair.
you Kendall, that opening for Skate is a bop,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was like, honestly, all of the audio and sound that came from Skate is just
It was
beautiful.
crazy that Bones did that series. It's amazing.
I was happy to see them put out the quality of work I want to see from them. That's what I was saying.
Same. I think I feel like the winner. I would like it to go to Skate, but I feel like it's gonna go to Attack on Titan.
it's either gonna be Attack on Titan or Demon Slayer for sure because of the fandom. It's like whichever
Think?
fandom's gonna win for this one.
I mean,
This is true.
Lisa's amazing, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know.
So
Yeah.
I agree with what
You know
Sam
what?
just said.
Sam's probably right.
It might either be
Yeah,
AOT
Sam,
or
Sam
Demon
is
Slayer.
not wrong. If we,
Yeah.
but I'm not going. I've been to a couple conventions through the year, and that Skate fandom out there now.
Yeah,
that
but
Skate fandom is
compared to
pretty
Demon
deep.
Slayer,
But if you got things, you got to think. If you, a lot of us are gonna teeter on the fence. Attack on Titans or Demon Slayer, that's gonna split some votes a little. So I could see Skate being, they like the underdog, but I could see them. I could see them pulling out a little something. They got a big enough fan base, I think.
What I'm shocked is JGK ending is not here because that JGK ending is nice too.
Second current
For the
ending,
second core,
I didn't
it was
didn't
meh.
like as
I like
much.
I like the first core ending
Yeah,
more
the-
than Lost in Paradise,
Definitely.
and that did win. That last year, it was on those categories of last year, and it won for.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
Best
thing
ending
is, core
sequence.
two I like it. Them showing that they're like still kids. They're at the beach, and the song is very chill, and mellow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Until
like that.
you
Again, I
know,
didn't say it
I
was
like the
not
music.
saying it's not good, but I would still wouldn't
great.
put it in this category comparatively. I didn't watch Shadow House, so I'm not sure. Also, what is Shadow House? Because
Yeah, me either. Like I'm like
that
that's
looks
probably.
really interesting for some reason.
Oh, it's for
Is that a-
Funimation.
Is that a
I
mecha
watched it.
series?
Mm.
I watched an episode, but I heard not great reviews, so I didn't watch the rest. But it was okay.
It has good ratings on AniList. It has a 7.8 out of 10.
That's pretty good. I remember hearing it's gonna have a season 2.
Yeah, it already has season 2, not yet released.
Yeah,
That's an
confirmed.
interesting. I've
Supposed
now
to come
read
out
the
this summer.
premise. I've now read the premise and don't want to watch it. It sounds slightly depressing.
Um,
I mean, I've watched the Hanako-chan anime too, and that was a little.
oh yeah,
depressing.
no, I agree with Kendall. It is depressing.
Yeah,
It's-
just that made me not want to watch it. But the art, it looks really nice.
Okay,
Oh.
are we talking about 86 depressing? 86, 86
Oh.
depressing?
So
Oh.
Kendall, it
Yeah.
makes sense why it's not depressing because the genre is fantasy, horror, mystery, and supernatural.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense why
it,
it's
it does seem in the horror category for sure. Yeah, I'm not in the mood for that at the top of the year. I typically stay away from horror things at the top of the year. I don't know why.
I
It's
know
just
there was
kinda
like a
become
very
thing.
good anime last season that had some kind of horror like theme, but I heard very good things about it. Like this girl that could see dead ghosts or something, dead spirits and shit, but only she can see it.
I haven't heard of that
That sounds familiar. That premise was that from last year or from the year before?
Last year, literally last season. It's like it starts with the M, I believe. Like it's like this girl can see ghosts and demon spirits and stuff, but if she were to like point them out in spirits, the spirits will see her, but people will think.
Are
like,
you
she's
talking
crazy and stuff.
about Miruku-chan?
Yeah, that's it. That's the one, Miruku-chan.
Because that one came out in the fall
Last season.
of last year.
What's the score?
7.4.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and because in the picture, she her friend looks normal, but then she has a whole ghost behind her.
Yeah,
So
it's like a horror
I
thing
guess
too.
so. I guess it was that one since it shows literally in the whole wallpaper and everything. So, but
So should we move on to best
Yep.
opening?
Best opening sequence.
This one is hard. This one is hard. I know all of them, and this is hard.
I know.
Attack on
It's-
Titans, Boku no
Oh.
Senso,
It's Tokyo Revengers or JJK.
Kaibutsu Yayosobi Beastars, Vivid Vice.
Yeah, it's
Fujo
it's
Extended
Crybaby or Vice or
Yeah.
Vivid Vice.
It's Crybaby of it.
I did like I know
people.
Supreme though
People
from
were simping over Crybaby.
Crybaby,
I
yeah.
don't see how it's not Crybaby.
I think
Yeah.
Crybaby will win this one, even though Odd Taxi, its opening is very, very chill. Like you listening to this, like yo, it's so very chill. You can literally have this on the background. You listen, like you.
I
or
will
anything.
say, next year, the opening for Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2,
it fit.
that opening's fucking fire, bro.
That was
I still
fire.
haven't heard it.
That's gonna
Yeah.
be a
That
contender.
was fire.
That's gonna be a
bop.
contender for
That's
next year.
That's a bop for sure.
That's gonna be Attack on Titan's last like year of contendership too, because
if
season will end this year.
if that's how you gonna go out, that's how you supposed to go out, man.
Yep, that opening is fire. And yeah, Ashton, yeah, I think it's gonna be Crybaby,
Crybaby,
but it's like the fandom for JJK is just so big. I don't know. It's gonna be one of those two.
Yeah, that's
I
why
mean,
I'm like
Tokyo
it's
Revengers got even more sales and popularity after its anime. Now, it's in its
Yeah.
top 50 most top sales of manga sales right now.
look,
so
I'm not gonna hold y'all. I got to episode 3 or 4,
What?
and I was like, oh, I'm not finishing this anime. I'm reading it. And then unfortunately, there became a point in the manga where I just stopped reading it altogether last year because of spoiler things that happened that I'm not going to talk about. But I got very upset with the direction that the mangaka chose to go in. And I said, I'm not going to finish reading this until you finish the series because I don't care anymore.
I binged the first season like during New Year's Eve kind of thing, and it was great. I had a great time with it.
Oh, no, it's beautiful. I'm so glad I picked up reading
There's
it.
a lot of twists, and there's a lot of stuff that you would question about.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, okay, the execution wasn't horrible, but it's very Crybaby like, which makes sense on the opening sequence. So it fits.
Yeah, I think it fits. It fits really well.
I just heard the song Crybaby like the first minute and a half since I haven't yet watched Tokyo Revengers, and the song is good. Song is good.
Like
It's good, especially with the opening sequence over it too. Like it really works.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm watching the official music video by the actual artist. So I'm watching the
And
Asian people. So I'm not watching the actual anime.
If I had to hedge bets, I would still put it on JJK. I still put it on Vivid Vice.
If I were to add into it, Miss Kobashi Dragon Maid S opening was very, very catchy too, and
Oh yeah, let me check that out.
Yeah,
it
I'm
was,
gonna go
it's
listen to that right
it's
now.
very catchy.
Which one, Sam?
Dragon Maid's opening season 2. Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid S. I know Supreme.
I know Supreme. Let me check it out. Let's see. Let's give a little.
It's catchy. It's very catchy.
But to be fair, Miss Kobayashi's openings always be a little catchy. They just be making you want to bounce along.
Exactly. That's the point. It's just literally a slice of life anime that you really do not need to take it seriously. It's fun, it's entertaining, it's just cool to just sit back and chill and just laugh, and if you like plot, go for it.
I've now watched. I basically just looked at all of these again. I think it's Vivid Vice. I think it's Vivid Vice.
Cute. It's cute,
It is
but I
cute,
don't
but
think it's.
It's
I don't
catchy.
think
It's
it's a
just very
contender.
catchy.
Yeah.
Like when you think about the opening intensity of what the flow of entire opening for
Crybaby.
no for Vivid, I think it's
Oh.
Vivid. I think I hate to say this because I really like Crybaby. I think it's actually a lot more smoother.
Yeah, you're probably right, man.
You
That's
might
probably
be
one
right
that's gonna
because
win.
considering where Tokyo Revengers only had this one same opening throughout the entire two cores for 24 episodes, whereas JJK Core 2 they choose to have a different direction with their different opening and different ending too. I think it's about the
Expected
cost of money
hold it.
too.
I respected this. They had held Fire Force back in the day, but you know, we moved. It was still a good second song.
But this one is a hard category for me, for sure. Like all of these, I can see how all of them have its own potential winner, and how why would people like this more and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I get the nominations for them all, but yeah, I mean, Vivid Vice, Crybaby. I don't know, man. Like, gun to head, I think I might pick Crybaby to win.
Yes,
Honestly.
I think
can agree to
Crybaby
that.
will win for this one.
Like I said, if I had to flip a coin right now and make a decision, I would pick Vivid Vice because I think the guns are there. I feel like logically, but in my heart, I think I would pick Crybaby.
Yeah.
It was a very good anime season. Like Tokyo Revenger didn't miss for this season, and
Small
it
violin
also
for Tokyo Ghoul.
it also ended on a cliffhanger
Right?
too.
As I say, Sam, just wait another 10 years. It will get a reboot and done well. Just wait. It will come out well.
I'm not caring about the reboot no more. Like fuck it, I don't care anymore. You ruined it. You how I know you keep ruining it is because they keep adding more seasons and more season. Where like yeah, I'm not stopping. This made money for the manga sales. We're
Dude,
making money
I
for the anime.
tried Tokyo Ghoul Re.
Just read it,
yeah.
James. Just read it. The art is actually a lot better than the anime. I promise you.
I'm about to have to read it because I challenged one of my friends to catch up on, I believe it was One Punch Man, and I told them they had to binge it by like next week or something.
Yeah.
And I have to check in with
It's
them.
great. Yeah, One Punch
I have
Man
to check in with
great
them.
from the manga.
I
I
think
mean,
it was
that's
like
a treat for them.
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
very
it
good
was
treat.
like an
Best
it was like an
art,
exchange.
period.
It was like two mangas. I was like, you got to do these two, and then I'll read Tokyo Ghoul and I'll read the whole Tokyo Ghoul. I think I have to read another.
Then you're fine.
webtoon as
No, you're
well.
fine. No, it's even. I
Yeah.
promise you, the manga is a lot better than the anime for sure.
Oh, I have to
Art
finish.
wise and
I have
story
to
wise.
finish Tokyo Revengers. That's what it is.
Oh,
I have to immediately.
Avengers.
I have to immediately pick up where I left off and continue catching up. That's the other one.
I know I need to pick up Tokyo Revengers manga, but
You would enjoy it, especially with us not getting it right anytime soon. You would enjoy it, but
yeah, that's the thing. Like I know, like people were not happy of the direction of where it's going at the moment.
Yeah,
the current
arc, yeah.
But
The only
over or
thing-
is it
not yet. It's
Okay.
in its final arc. The only manga that has done this worse to me that is currently running is Hajime no Ippo.
really?
I do not. I mean, they're kind of he's starting to feels like he's trying to get somewhere again, but I feel like I've been insulted for a year and change now. I respect the decision. I respect like the idea and the concept that he put behind it, but it's just like the story is called Hajime no Ippo.
Where's
The
Ippo?
protagonist is Ippo. What are you doing, sir?
Oh man. Oh.
But that, I mean,
is it,
I feel
or
like
is
that's
it,
just
or,
my
for
feelings.
one, is it fixable?
It's not bad. It's just not in taste of what I wanted because of the way that they had been executing to this point.
Okay.
Similar
I'll
to
have
how I
see.
feel about the good old Attack on Titans. Boy, I cannot wait for this season to be over, for the fandom to unite in chaos and dismay. Oh, it's gonna be so beautiful.
I'm trying to catch up to the
Chaos is
to-
right.
I'm trying to watch the anime before it gets closer to the ending because I don't want to be spoiled because I haven't been able to check out the most previous episodes of the opening.
10
that they saw.
episodes left, bro.
Yeah, so
They've been pretty good about not spoiling it, I think.
yes, I'm shocked. I am utterly shocked. Like the only thing I know
It's because
The
we want
only
to see
thing I
you
know-
guys. We want to see you guys break. That's what it is.
is that
Yeah,
Reiner
this-
got his ass kicked for the 6th time. So and people saying that he doesn't know how to fight. That's all I heard.
I mean,
Or
it's
see.
it's not that. I mean, Aaron's just in God mode, and there's just no beating him. Period. But like, I don't know.
Oh man, I wish we could talk about this in a more
Yeah.
spoiler-rich area. There's a reason. There's actually a beautiful reason of all the things I don't necessarily like about the way the ending is painted, is a beautiful reason why Reiner has to and does lose that fight.
Right.
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, cool.
So,
All right.
So are we good to
So-
move on to the next category?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
My vote is easy for this one. The best voice actor performance English. Has anybody seen any of this in dub in English?
I have not.
Only JJK. That's the
Only-
only
JJK,
Probably only
one.
JJK.
Skate,
Same here, Skate.
and I didn't watch final season of Fruit Baskets, but I mean it's the same.
I've been meaning to
voice
check out
actor.
Fina though. Fina and the Pirate Princess. I've been meaning to, but
Oh, it is so good.
I hear very good
started
things.
the dub. I did start the dub, so I have heard the dub for all of these voices. Yes.
and like people who watch it on television, they got this in dub through Adult Swim or Toonami.
The
So
best English performance here.
For me, it has to go to Adam from Skate Infinity.
Yeah, I'm just looking at like even Japanese voice actor, like it's
Like,
like
for
Adam's
me-
character is amazing.
Like,
and the voice
way-
actor for both are amazing.
Yeah, like Adam, you felt the difference in his voice when he was a businessman in the dub, and you felt the different personality when he put on the costume, when he put on the Ravage, when he felt alive. To compare to Batman, you see the version of Bruce, and you see the different version when he's Batman. That's what you felt like. You felt that he was true to himself, that he was Batman. He was true of what he was satisfied in life. And Adam, the character of the dub voice, I felt like he did such a good job to tell the audience and everything, like there was a different personality for him, and he had like a personality disorder because he didn't know what it was. Like he just felt like he was breaking apart within himself, and I felt like it was beautiful.
Yeah, I think this is actually a hard category because I think one, Annalise killed it. And she's just awesome. I think that I did not expect the dub for Wonder Egg to hit the way it is. They did. I didn't finish the dub because I'd already watched it and didn't feel like kind of doubling back again. But I thought that she did a great job. Everyone here did a great job. I'm not knocking anyone, but I thought she did a great job. I also felt like what's her name from Fruit Baskets? Laura. I think she also did a great job and does a great job of kind of capturing the personality. I really feel like she brings the personality forward in a way that you sometimes don't expect when you go between the sub and dub for Japanese series. Fena's voice is nice. Yeah, this is a hard category, but
top
I
two,
still
like
I
right off
still
the top,
would
like
pick Adam. I don't even need a two. It's Adam.
okay.
Yeah, for me it's Adam as well. So
I can't
that,
voice I can't voice my opinion because I'm not too sure.
And not Adam for Yuji. David as Adam from Skate, to be clear, in case anyone's following along, reading the list with us.
I mean,
Correct,
Skate
yeah, I
has
agree,
two
same.
categories and had two listed onto it. So
Yeah, I don't watch dub that often. The dub for JJK is really good though.
it is.
It is.
I can't speak to that.
same. Now, both best voice actor of performance of Japanese.
Eren Yeager.
You already know, dog. You already know.
Yo, but
Yuki
but I
Kaji.
will say shout out to where is his name? Where is his name? Oh my gosh, it's right here and I'm not seeing it.
Is it weird?
Kiyoshi for Daisuke. Daisuke is he's such a cool character to me. And I just really like the voice. And then also Wonder Egg Priority, Kanata, that it's just the feelings that are invoked throughout the series. The range of it is amazing.
I want to say with Gabby, like for the whole season part one, a whole lot of people really hated her character, but I have to give her props on the voice actor.
Did a good job.
Like she literally made you like, oh man, I hate her so much, and that voice fits so perfect. It's like
It
I know
does.
you're clueless, but we all just really hate you for no reason. It's just it works though. It just works.
But yeah, no, it's Eren Yeager.
Facts.
Ashton said Kiyoshi Kobayashi from Lupin the Third. I should give Lupin the Third a chance.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, Kiyoshi would be my next contender on this list, like as a strong contender. And then Kanata for Wonder Egg priority, in my opinion.
For me, it's definitely Yuki Kaji Eren Yeager, voice actor for Attack on Titan. Like he was like, I gotta give props. I can't wait to hear the dub for Attack on Titan Part 1, Season 4, to hear how the different voice that Bryce Papenbrook does for Eren, because he said it in Annual NRC that he had to see a different point of view or perspective of how to change Eren's voice.
Which was
Yeah,
very
I love that very much.
necessary because it was
The first thing that I think of is the conversation between Eren and Rhaina.
Yes,
in
in the
Marley.
cell. Yeah.
Yeah, in the cell. That's instantly what I think of, like just the dialogue between the two. And then when Bryce gets to do it, he's going to annihilate this dialogue, bro. Like, it's also like the just that scene in general, just like the fear in Rhaina's eyes of just because he knows what's about to happen.
I don't think you guys know how bad I want to watch this in dub. Like
Bro,
I'm
what?
like so excited to watch this dub.
all right. So good to move on to best score.
Wow, they have Megalobox here. Wow, that's a shock.
I
What?
mean, I feel is it not
86.
is it not the same score that we got from the first season with Megalobox?
No.
Is it different? Okay. Oh right.
I feel
It had the whole outlaw
'cause
kind of
yeah.
abandoned
It's
Spanish music.
It kind of strings to it, maybe a little bit to the end, but it's very different, especially the first half of it. In my opinion, at least, like we're like as far as like as you move through the series, I feel like it's very different. This is hard.
This might actually be hard because I'm gonna vote 86 because it had great score when it came to the intense moment, the fighting
Yeah.
moments, and then the sad moments too, where like the hardest decision that had to be made. and shit.
I will say, score for Demon Slayer is also really good. But
Yeah, that's what I
will
was
still give it to
saying.
86. I'll
I
still
was
give it to
saying
86.
because I want to love Demon Slayer's score, but if we're talking about things being rehashed from what we had already experienced, then that would immediately knock Demon Slayer out of this competition.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me it's a no-brainer. It's 86.
I think it's 86 too.
I really like Megalobox, but I don't think Nomad had the fan following for it to be voted into any type of winning contentions.
Which was funny because after like the first season and then the confirmation of season 2, a lot of people were cheering for it, and then
Because the first season was so good.
Timing, release, and expectations,
And also marketing.
and over marketing. It wasn't bad. We just did not need that much marketing, and so I think people kind of got let down to an extent.
Really?
I think
there was a
some
lot of
people-
marketing?
No, I'm sorry, not a lot of I said sorry. I meant to say not a lot of marketing.
Okay.
People's
Not enough, okay.
people's expectations were so high, and then you just kind of was like, oh yeah, here in the midst of everything else is this season, and it just kind of was there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I had to finish Megalobox season 2, and a lot of these
Vivi's here a lot. I
a
need
lot of
to
these
watch
categories. A lot of these categories I really need to get into because I know Vivi had a lot of.
Vivi's
good
here.
stuff, too.
Vivi's here for everything. Like I need to go watch Vivi.
There's something
Same.
within Vivi, so. Moving on to best character design. This one I feel
Vivi
like
again.
This one I feel like
Easy.
it was hard.
Skate.
Because yeah, I would see this as you to try to pick out something different from everything else, because JJK, technically everybody had a unique look within JJK for character design. When it came
Yeah.
to Mahito, Toji, um, the principals, the Gojo, and then everybody had its own different look and uniqueness. We also had
Yeah,
the
but I'm looking at it from like, I don't know, with general audiences, I think Skate's gonna take this category for sure.
character
I'm not
design. It might go to Taxi for me because it's literally you're adding different animals and character
That's
wise
true.
into its faceless.
So this is going to be very dependent. This is going to be very dependent on just how people interpret what this category is this year.
Yeah.
Because I could make a strong argument for every single. I haven't seen Vivi, but I could make a strong argument for all of these just based off of what I've seen and what like actually watching the series that I did watch. Because
Hey,
I can make
Steve.
I'll make an argument for Ranking of Kings being unique.
Welcome.
Hey,
Y'all,
What's up, Steve?
what up? What up? Sorry I'm late.
No worries, man. No worries.
So I'm looking. So for me, I think the winner is going to come down to the diversity within like the character designs.
mhm.
And I mean, yeah, you guys made really good points. Odd Taxi, there's a lot of different types of characters in this. I think I don't know. JJK's got a lot of different types of characters.
Yeah, but we've had JJK already. Keeping in mind that this is second Kerr, I would hope that people kind of would not just jump to give JJK things because it's JJK.
right.
I would definitely like to see Odd Taxi.
Yeah, I definitely need to see
maybe Skate and even Ranking of Kings. Like I said, I think the designs in Ranking of Kings are a refreshing take to the type of animation that we usually see, especially for the smoothness of the animation. I feel like usually you see those type of characters and it's like this like slapstick kind of shifty moving kind of animation, but that's not what you get when you get Ranking of Kings. You really get a really like smooth and clean
I'd have to get
animation.
used to it. If I'm being honest, like the
Well-
character designs do not speak to me at all in Ranking of Kings.
I'm not saying they're the most captivating, but they are. I think they're unique and good. I'm also a One Piece fan, so there's that.
So, Steve, we are talking about best character designs on the Crunchyroll Awards. The contenders are JJK Core 2, Odd
Okay.
Taxi, Ranking
Okay.
of Kings, Skate the Infinity, Vivi, and Wonder Egg Priority.
Okay, so
This is for best character design, right?
Yeah, this might be a hard category.
this is a very hard
This
category
might be a
because,
hard category.
especially because like animation styles. So Odd Taxi and Ranking the Kings, like Kendall just said, those are like different abstract
It
animation
is.
styles.
It is.
So I wonder if they're gonna win character design. And then you got Studio Bones doing Skate to Infinity, and it's just like so that. And then with Wonder Egg, you still got the character designs of the little the monsters that they have that are attacking them, and those are some really good character designs as well. This is a real hard category. I personally would say Odd Taxi because of the humanized animal thing, and then I'm more so biased.
I can see
Yeah.
that. No, well, I see that.
I'm biased, you know. If it's Odd Taxi or Scissor Seven,
And-
I'm biased.
and then odd in a non-biased thing, I can see why you say Odd Taxi too, because with Ranking of the Kings, Wit Studio did their thing when it came to. I think this is hand-drawn animation, that sort of stuff too. It's like you can definitely see it, and it also fits its stories and its literal like entirety of its first core going into its second. Because I've tried reading its manga or its webtoon series of it, and the art does not compare to the animation of Wit Studio. Not for sure. Hands down, the art from the webtoon was not great. We're just very glad Wit Studio picked it up. I was like, all right, we love what we're working with, and we have this coming out. It's a whole different ballpark of comparison where you can see where Ranking of the Kings can win too.
And Wit, if you're watching this, Tower of God season 2, thanks.
please. Like
warning.
with I did the same thing though. I was like watching Ranking the Kings, and I was like, I'm just gonna start reading it. And then I looked at the manga and I was like, oh no, I have to watch this. I was like, I have to watch this.
Oh, really? The art is bad or something?
It's like, I don't know how to explain it.
It's so
It's definitely-
cartoonish. Like
So it's what I said before, right? Like what you would expect. Like if you look at that image, right? What you would expect animation wise from that type of character, from that type of art style, is more of this slapstick, old school, almost Mickey Mouse type of animation. Is what you almost would expect, like Popeyes type of animation. Is almost what you would expect to get from seeing the art. And then you see the animation and it's like,
Interesting.
Yeah.
huh.
It's definitely
Yeah.
something like, it felt like.
I'll
if
have to
you
get
a
used to
story-
it.
Yeah. It feels like if you have a story to tell, just do it. And it felt like they were like, all right, well, I can't draw that well, but I can draw it for you, like, good enough. And they're like, okay. And then the story was good. And then Wit picks it up. And you know what I'm saying? That's how it went. That's what it feels like when you reading it. You're like, whoa, it's like a big difference than what you think that you're going to get.
I'll give it a
No.
shot.
this one's gonna be a hard choice to category. Like at this point, I let the voters choose whoever wins popularity wise or the legit wise
Yeah.
of who can win. It's a hard category. So
It's gonna be between Skate and JJK and Out Taxi. It's gonna be between those three, I think.
I
I haven't seen Vivi, and Vivi's been everywhere, so maybe it's
Yes, I
Vivi, and
agree.
I just
Yeah.
don't know.
Vivi is really beautiful too, man.
yeah.
Like, they got some, that's going to be really, really tough.
I'm more surprised Studio Orange was not in this category neither, because they have very good animation style too. Because I definitely remember Land of the Lustrous anime won best character design and best best animation style, and I could definitely see them like being into this
I
category
mean-
too.
Look how we're already struggling with the 6 that's present. Yeah, I thought the previous category was a struggle. Yeah, I don't.
This one's tough.
I don't know. This might be the hardest category that we've talked about yet, actually.
I mean, you might want to
mean,
hold on to that because next
yeah,
one is
best
best
animation
animation.
is-
Oh no!
oh,
So,
crap!
Oh
So-
no!
Oh crap! We're not winning.
One of these three. One of
Hey,
these
whoever,
three will
whoever
win.
said start at the bottom and go up, great decision.
yo, you,
Oh, whoa!
So it's either because Demon Slayer is always on point. Let's be real, it's always on point.
it's true.
Jobless.
But then, but we seen Mugen Train like what the movie, and now again with the anime series in parts. It's just reliving into it, isn't
It's
it?
still really good though. It's still
it-
really good.
They definitely picked, so you can see where budget went to certain things in the movies, and which is why I picked like a couple episodes to watch. They did a good job as far as animating it for the TV series.
So did
they
JJK in their fight
no.
sequences. and
I don't want Demon Slayer to win. I'm gonna be quite frank.
I don't
think
want them
the
to win
same-
either.
I think the same issue pertained from season 1. There was a scene and a half of epicness, and then we lost our minds over it. This current season of Demon Slayer, however, getting in this category
It's
next
a
year,
repeat.
like no, the season we're in, the actual season.
Oh yeah, okay,
2
this one,
that
yeah,
we're on,
this one.
this has a number of great animated sequences instead of, oh, there was really just one.
hmm
You know, we're gonna forever remember episode 19 trending.
Right.
I mean,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
But-
think it's either gonna be Demon Slayer, Jobless, or Vivi.
For me,
It's gonna be one of those three.
For me,
I
I
can
have
see
to
that.
give it to JJK or Jobless. JJK had beautiful animation core to the fight, Mahito, the fight with Hanami, the tree, Gojo, the purple.
The
Had great scenes,
the Yuji and Nanami fight against
Yeah.
Mahito.
Yuji and Nami fight was really good. And
Like the whole animation, the clap
The
scenes,
choreography of both of them
Black
was very
Flash,
good too.
Black Flash
Black
being,
Flash was fire.
being done like 5 times, like that looks amazing, beautifully. So and Jobless, like if you've seen the reaction with me and Sam again, the water
It
animation,
knew
the
its
magic,
moments.
the
It,
world.
it picked its moments for sure when it came to Jobless.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. Wonder Egg priority
That
Pressure.
too. Like,
in this
That too.
list.
It's some
Uh,
good stuff.
I don't even blame you. I don't even blame anything because any of them could win. I could even see Vivi stealing the entire thing. because of his
I don't think
visuals.
Vivi, I don't even think it would be a steal if Vivi wins. Like,
Yeah,
who
I was
else-
Vivi
just-
has the most nominations, doesn't it? At least
I was
it
looking
feels
at
like
some
it.
clips and I'm like, dude, this animation is insane.
crazy.
Yeah,
So-
I'm about to binge Vivi now. After this, I'm about to binge it this weekend.
Oh, you never watched Vivi?
Same
No,
here.
I haven't watched
I
Vivi
haven't
either.
either, but I was just
didn't watch
watching
it.
some clips.
Oh, it's fire, bro.
This is one list.
ScubaSteve said watch it, so that's enough for me, honestly.
It's
Facts.
fire. Oh, come on.
So with this category is, I'm proud to say, with this category is a category that I agree that all of them that are here should be here.
They earned their merits for sure.
For sure.
I don't think
But
this one's
jobless.
as hard. I don't think it's as hard as the previous one. I think I would, if I had to do the whole logical versus emotion thing. Emotionally, I want to pick JJK. Logically, I feel like it's jobless. I haven't watched Vivi to put a strong contention in it. I will say that everything up here has beautiful animation, though.
Yeah.
They do.
Definitely deserves to be in this category.
I've actually never watched Jobless yet.
Oh, it's
Oh, yeah,
good.
yeah,
Check it out. It's dope.
Okay.
You should.
All right, going into best director, because this one is
Ooh.
gonna be all about the overall of everything and how.
Yeah, I'm about to say, how can we set a precedence? Can anyone just set a precedence for how we're gonna look at this? Because this is difficult to kind of.
I feel like it's the general direction of how the anime gone through it, as well as direction wise.
That-
How much it's
that
been
too.
been cut out. How much it's been
Exactly. Like people complain in Attack on Titan season 4 part 1. People complain that the director chose to take out Reiner's backstory in part 1. So like that was a complaint that people saw. That was so it depends on what people feel. Like I have not seen Megalobox or Taxi yet. Sunny Boy, Wonder Egg. So I can't really give
I
a good opinion on this best director category since I haven't seen literally 5 or 4
Yeah,
out
but
of the
so then
6.
are we basing the direction based off of manga knowledge? What are
I don't think that's
not
fair.
not just with
Yeah, 'cause
manga
that's
knowledge,
not
but I
fair.
say with more with consistency as well as with pacing, the direction of certain scenes, the climax, the songs and scores of where to put into it. I feel like it's more. Why did I feel like I had to put this and this in together within this episode, this and this in that episode, and this episode, and then as if you were to see everything as a whole of an entire painting. How
Okay, if that's the case, if we're saying, I'll guess I'll set a precedence. If we're looking at this as a direction was so good, which one would I have rather to watch week to week? It's JJK. For me,
Sunku
I-
Park does actually pretty good job actually like
Yeah,
with JJK.
I would agree with you.
But
I
I
would say Wonder Egg priority.
that would be my second Wonder Egg priority.
I was gonna say with Taxi because this was actually one of the hidden gems that nobody expected until like people were so very hooked on its mystery, its real life stuff. It's even though every episode we go to a different character, it felt really real life of different perspective, of obsession, death, the whole mystery, murder, the whole gangs and other stuff like that. And the whole psychological of the MC as well throughout the entire Taxi. It's where like the last episode you discover like it's not really a whole anime. It's literally this main character. The only way he's able to cope in everything, how he's able to see people's faces and able to talk to is because he envisioned every single character as an animal because of his past traumas and with lifestyles and everything, and this is how he copes with it. The message of it all.
Our taxi was listed as being like a hidden gem like earlier up before. Like I remember around this
It was
time
the
last
first
year,
hidden
people
gem.
were
If you
saying-
ask. It was the first hidden
Yeah,
gem.
it was the
Winter.
first hidden gem. Yeah.
This of last year.
Mhm.
It was so crazy because like as it was coming week to week and we were reviewing it on with Black, and Black was like, "What are you watching right now that like really caught you?" And I was like, honestly and truthfully, I was watching I think I was watching the Attack on Titan or whatever. Like I'm trying
One
to catch
was
back
it
up
too.
to it, and I was trying to catch back up on Attack on Titan, and then like just randomly, Crunchyroll decided to play another anime, and Odd Taxi started playing, and I was like, oh, I like this intro, and then after that, I just got hooked into it, and I was all like, oh, okay. So I found it just off of luck, where other people just kind of like got into it.
You know what? Speaking of some other things, biasingly, I would say World Trigger because I'm just a big World Trigger fan.
Mhm.
But on a more serious note, Dragon Quest. I did not expect to continue holding my attention the way that it held my attention through watching it.
That's good to hear because
Honestly.
I was on the fence of even watching it to begin with.
Yeah, I did not watch that. I'm also very surprised, now that we've gone this far into the list that Welcome to Demon School any kind of
I feel like that was a good, consistent anime with animation, the storytelling, the comedy, and all of that stuff. Which I'm really surprised. How come it's not within the best comedy category or something?
Yeah, I'm surprised that it's I mean, even honestly was talking about openings, that opening's really good.
Especially where like comedy wasn't like as packed on its parts. I don't believe, but I mean,
Best
we'll
fight
see.
scene.
Yeah. But like I said, those are just some other things that through the year. I'm kind of just looking like quick to scrolling through my history here, and I'm
So
just like,
before we
this
go
is cool.
to best fight scene, Steve, do you want to go down from the bottom list and come back up until we go into best fight
Yeah.
scenes?
Okay, so let's see what there are, because I was just actually voting as we were as you guys were talking.
Sure.
So best film. Okay, so for me, the one that I've seen, because I haven't seen Bill yet,
I think you
but
should, I recommend it. Recommend it for
yeah,
sure.
I'm definitely planning on watching it. I just haven't had the opportunity to
It's
watch
still
it.
in theaters.
For me, I mean, Mugen Train was really dope, but the best movie for me is Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop. It's a really
Oh,
good movie. Yeah,
that's in my
it's a really
back
good movie.
burner. That's in my back burner. I'm supposed to check out.
It's actually on Netflix.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I saw on Netflix, saw the trailer. I was like, okay, I'll watch it. But I never really like tuned into it. Went into it and just start playing from there to check it out.
it's a really good slice of life. So that's only because I haven't seen Bell, and then Mugen Train is probably gonna win. I mean, we know that, but for me,
It might
like,
be Evangelion because that's the last movie of Evangelion movie in general.
oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that one, but I feel like the way Demon Slayer's built, they're gonna probably,
I
and
feel
then
you.
with all the money that they made, they're probably
I
gonna.
hope it doesn't, man.
I-
Like
I-
it's so basic.
For that
It's
category,
so basic.
I feel like it might be in between Evangelion and Demon Slayer. Even though Bell did a really good job, if it really becomes between Evangelion and Muji Train, it's like old school versus new school. If you really think about it, because Evangelion has been around for a very long time.
Yeah. For best fantasy, I chose Reincarnated as Slime. Time I got
What?
Reincarnated as Slime.
Because you never watched Jobless yet.
Yeah, I've never seen Jobless, so I can't choose Jobless.
But when you watch
Um,
Ranking of the Kings, actually, I mean, it's
I
an
have
okay,
watched.
it's okay fantasy. Ranking of Kings, honestly, it's
Yeah,
okay.
I don't feel like that's necessarily a fantasy.
You're right, yeah.
I feel
Same.
like that's more of their world. Whereas, and then, dang, this is really hard though, because
Romance.
I didn't see Wonder Egg right there.
And
Dang,
I know To Your Eternity is like, it's a fantasy
Pink
thing
Blood,
too.
yeah, with Pink Blood, and oh, that song was so good. The opening. Dang, this is actually really hard.
I
So
feel like you had the same exact epiphanies I had. I was like, oh, this is easy. And then I was like, oh wait.
as I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo,
That's
this
why
is
I say like most of these choices are very unbiased. These are very well categorized. Where it's a pretty good choice. This is
yeah.
not.
And what's so funny is watch when something wins, how everybody is gonna be like, I can't believe that won. I'm like, if you look at this, then you're just like, this is the hard thing to choose from.
For me, it's like it could be any of them could win. Like I could see how this win, how that win, kind of category wise. Where That's how you know these are very good choices because you're not too sure who's gonna win this, but you want to. But it's hard for you individually to choose who is gonna win within that certain category.
To Your Eternity and Wonder Egg are both like really, really touching. Like, whew, those are two. Dang, that's I don't know. I'm gonna go with Jobless because it's of the popularity. But I personally, out of this list, for as far as a fantasy, I'm choosing Reincarnated as a Slime.
Okay.
But the one that I think will win is Jobless because I've heard so much about Jobless.
You should really check it out. You should really check it out.
I was planning on binging the first season when it ended, and then they were like, "Oh, it's a part 2," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
That part 2 ended too. Part 2 ended as well.
Oh, okay. So then I'll binge it.
You binge the entire thing.
So the first episode, like halfway through, it can feel slow, but once you get through the rest of the episode, you get why the pacing is that way.
Mm-hmm.
And as the episodes go by, it just gets better and better and better and better. So yeah, man, definitely check it out. Love Jobless.
I'm definitely gonna check
it. Doesn't miss. It doesn't miss.
So good.
Started from that first episode, that water animation looked very good too.
You get to enjoy the
away.
first. You get to enjoy the first episode in a very unique way, and that's not even the theme of the series.
Oh,
but you get to enjoy the episode, and then it's like, it just flows continuously. Even I would have not liked to watch this with a separation of the cores like this. I wish I could have just watched the 20-something episodes straight.
The straight binge. Yeah, I'm getting the.
That's the continuing the second binge. The second core. So best romance, Steve.
Oof. Okay. It's a toss up between Comey Can't Communicate.
Really? What?
Fruits Basket and Horimiya.
I don't think you need Comey in the category list because it's just there's not too much of romance into it compared to like Fruit Basket, Horimiya, where it's literally big thing is romance.
Yeah, you're right. Because I feel like the whole thing with Comey Can't Communicate, it's like a helpless romance where it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's not as in your face as Horimiya and Fruits Basket. It's more so the reason why she can't communicate is because she's antisocial, and then the guy kind of like has a crush on her, and they're kind of building a love, but it's not in your face like Fruits Basket is. That's a big love story.
Especially that season, especially like I haven't watched it yet, but I know specifically that this season is that they're finally putting that emphasis to that point a lot more heavily.
I'm going Fruit.
I said Skate should be in this category, Steve. What do you think?
Yeah,
I think it would be a better for at least some of the options that's there. I think Skate would be a better option to be in here as a romance.
So I haven't read. I haven't watched The Duke of Death and It's Made, and Beastars. I kind of was over it as far as their romance because the bunny kind of just like rude. the way she's playing my man, but
I mean, I feel you. I honestly do feel you, but at least she sees it. She's not doing it anymore.
It's a hard knock life.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Fruits Basket.
That's why I think it's up there. Like, I think the complexity of the relationship, the fact that it's not so like cookie cutter. Oh, cool, now we're in love and everything's perfectly fine. I'll die for you, shit. Like that's what might push it over the edge, but it probably won't.
Yeah, I'm going Fruit Basket. For best drama, this is tough because I've never seen 86.
Oh no!
Wait, what?
I haven't seen 86.
2 cores, it's finished. Binge it too.
Boy, you better take the time to watch 86.
Steve,
Bro,
I need you to watch 86.
If James has watched 86 and you haven't, that's a shocker.
Have you watched Hunter? Leave me alone.
Have you seen Iron Blooded Orphans?
Yes.
It's
Watch
86.
What a
86, dog.
comparison!
Watch
What a comparison,
86, dog.
It is.
Bro, I be watching so much stuff. Like sometimes I get lost in the sauce.
I know that life.
I watch so much stuff, and then I'm still trying to play catch up on stuff. Like But I need to watch 86. I need to watch Jobless Reincarnation.
Honestly, the dub for 86 is actually really good too. Like they actually
Yes, it is.
they actually picked out some people from Evangelion, some people from Gundam, so literally
Yeah.
to cast
Oh,
into
no.
these lists. So
Yeah, I was actually going to say watch it dub because I actually prefer the dub than the sub, if I'm being honest.
Bet.
Of what?
Yeah, like I
especially
said,
that's like that second
Oh,
that
yeah.
second core too. Like oh fuck, it hurt. It hurt. You did it.
I
Yeah,
heard
there's
that
so
it's
much
like
pain.
a heartbreaker. Like it's like a lot of heartbreaking in there.
It is.
I would
It's,
still say watch Jobless first. And the only reason I'm gonna say that is because, like we were mentioning earlier, technically 86 isn't finished.
yeah, because of
Yeah.
animation production issues, the last 2 episodes are going to premiere in March. Maybe because it literally got pushed twice or 3 times, and they couldn't show that's the last 2 episodes of its
I mean,
season.
Steve can handle both of these by the time those episodes coming out. That's why I was saying,
Yeah,
if
the
you-
cliffhanger. The cliffhanger
I would
did well.
switch the order because 86 is depressing, and then Jobless is fun, and there's a sense of adventure and all that shit. So
you
that's
don't
what I
wanna-
would do.
I get that perspective too. I can. Yeah.
But with
Yeah.
Jobless is also of self evaluation of yourself as well. It depends of how you see yourself and how Jobless gives you a sense of like knowing to grow. So I just love that
I-
that message of the anime. So like both 86 and Jobless both have their own type of messages, but it just do one episode depression and do one episode of growth. Take turns.
Yeah, I would rather be depressed and then ride high for the rest. I would
Be-
rather not
yeah.
ride high and then be depressed at the end.
Yeah, I'd rather go with James' route.
That's me.
Be depressed first and then go up, bro. Because
there-
it literally comes like I watch it every single week, and I almost tear in every single episode because these messages and like the people's thoughts and like crap.
Do you want to be frustrated about the feelings, or do you want to be frustrated that you're gonna have to wait for 2 more episodes? I still think that it feels like it ended where it ended, and you would be satisfied. But
I can see that.
I just wanted to be transparent that it's not technically finished.
That's cool. I'll probably binge it. That way I can watch it with the timeline whenever it comes out.
Mhm.
Because like I've been hearing everybody talking about it, but there's just so many things that I'm like I've seen Ranking of Kings, but I'm actually behind on a couple of episodes too. Like there's stuff that I'm starting to fall behind on because I'm trying to absorb the comic content side and everything like that.
I
And plus,
already know Ranking of the King's second opening is going to be next year's best opening sequence for sure.
for sure. Okay.
For
'Cause I know
sure.
I know like
It's a
with,
good problem to have, but there's just way too much content to consume. There's
It's
just
always
too
too much.
much.
Bro, I was watching Snowpiercer today and I was like, how did I miss this?
I
man.
Don't even know what you just said. Now I have to go watch it. Great.
okay.
So
So the movie
Vivi?
Snowpiercer is on Netflix, and then
Snowpiercer is on Netflix?
the movie, the original movie.
Yeah, the
Wow,
movie.
I've been watching it on Peacock. I didn't know it was on Netflix the whole time.
Oh yeah, the movies on Netflix.
Oh, I've seen this. I'm tripping.
Bro.
Wait, there's more to it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they made a
there's a
series.
TV show.
So,
No.
TV shows on
I didn't
HBO
know.
Max.
I didn't know there was more seasons.
Yeah,
yeah, there's
more
a thing.
seasons.
4 seasons now or 3 seasons now?
3
Yeah.
seasons.
Whoa.
It's on
three
HBO.
seasons.
It's on HBO Max, the show, and then the movie.
Huh.
The movie
Yeah.
is that movie was crazy good. I was like, yo, what?
Yeah, dude.
How did
I
I
heard
miss
good things.
When you find out what the black bars are made of, it's just like,
Bro.
Yo,
Bro,
right?
bro,
Bro.
believe. Okay, let me tell you. So, New York Comic Con had the whole Snowpiercer panel, not panel, a booth kind of thing, and they were giving bars for free to people, and shit like
That's
that, and it
where
was
people
legit.
were walking
It was
around with that
legit made
from.
of the same thing. I'm like, oh,
mm-mm.
I mean, I get it, but like, no,
I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but yeah. Oh,
yeah,
man.
because I haven't seen it myself yet. And
Okay,
when
good.
Steve
Yeah.
when Steve spoke about it, like, that's a should see as well. Like I'm writing down movies I should see on my letterbox because like there's a lot of movies that I haven't seen in gaps throughout the years. So I'm trying to see movies that I really have to see in shows too.
Huh, did they
Bong
pull the
Joon,
movie
dude,
off of Netflix?
Bong Joon-ho is the one who directed it. He did Parasite. a bunch of other incredible films. Watch Snowpiercer. Chris Evans is in it.
Right, he
Yeah,
is.
Chris
He
Evans
is.
is in. He does a great job, actually.
He's
He is.
incredible in the
He-
film,
he
especially
steals it
when he
for me.
talks about one certain scene about things he may or may not have had to do.
Yeah.
It's just like, boy, rough life.
So good.
I did not eat the bar for sure. They were giving them out for free, but I did not know.
And
You did.
Tilda Swinton was really good too.
I mean, when
I
is
watched
she
him
not?
in.
Right?
Mhm.
Like, when is
Yeah.
she not?
That's true. I was like, okay, but it's a nice cast. But long story short, for best drama, I'm going to go with Wonder Egg priority
Okay,
for best drama. That was just a lot of emotion.
I could see that.
It's a tough watch if you're not emotionally ready to watch that movie. I mean, watch that series.
Best comedy.
Oh, life lessons. This is easy.
Yeah, you're the only one I know that watched Life Lessons. With,
This is-
You know what's so funny? I haven't watched it, but I literally said just looking at that picture, like now I want to watch it. Like I feel like this looks like it. It just looks like a fun time.
It's just imagine Steve from Blue's Clues just going like talking about like having his internal thoughts, and you can hear what he's talking about like internally on how he doesn't really want to be here and stuff like that. That's pretty much what the show is. It is hilarious. This is easy for me. Life lessons.
What's a strong second, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, strong second. I will go. I mean, I guess I'd have to go Odd Taxi over Come and Communicate because that's the only two that I've watched. I haven't watched.
I don't remember Odd Taxi's comedy though.
It's got a little bit. It's not that much. Like they got the like parts where he's like talking to the llama, and then you know what I'm saying she didn't like his answer, so she starts doing the little dance. Like
Oh
she's about
yeah, the whole
the Brazilian thing. That's kind of funny a little bit.
Capira.
Yeah, Capoeira. And like I guess those little moments are funny. But for the most part, I think this is more of a drama series. I guess you can say it's funny when, and it's more so if you don't have a heart, but it's funny when old dude is playing games and he's losing all his money, like gambling on the game and stuff like that. Like you can say that's funny, like, yo, I can't believe he's about to do this, but it's not necessarily like ha ha funny.
Dark humor, funny kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How about best action?
Whew.
This one might be a hard one.
AOT or JJK, right?
Yeah, we all agree to that. But also Kendall did brought up Wonder Egg priority. So
Wonder Egg does have action in it, but I don't think AOT and JJK status.
Oh no, it was just kind of like the epiphany that like it was an action series. Like I just didn't really put that together initially, but like it's definitely action episode to episode. But
Yeah.
it's easily between AOT and JJK.
Yeah. I'm honestly gonna go AOT. Yeah. I'm gonna go AOT. Even though I love the fight sequences. I think fight choreography would be better. If they did fight choreography, I'd go JJK. But if we're going just best action, I'll go Attack on Titan.
That's fair. That's
nice, well said.
Completely
I agree to
fair.
that.
I feel
That's
like
well
that's
said.
exactly why I picked JJK. Is because that's what I kind of pushed in my head.
the choreography. I agree
Choreography.
because like
I agree to that.
Because I remember in
choreography,
AOT
and like the quantity, I guess, the quantity of how much action you're actually getting. I feel like you kind of get quantity-wise more action from JJK.
Because I feel like if it came to Attack on Titan, the fight with the Hammer Titan and Eren could have been a little bit longer or a little bit better. And
Surprised it was even that long.
Hey,
I think it worked out. Like, not to go on a tangent, but it's just having the knowledge that the Warhammer Titan burns through energy a lot faster. Eren figured it out pretty quickly. Wear her out, figure out where the body is, use the Jaw Titan to get the job
crush
done.
her.
So I don't really see how it could have gone on longer.
it was
but,
also
I mean,
the other Titans going against Eren too, the Jaw Titan and
That was not very drawn out in the manga. Like like it wasn't dragged out in the manga. So like I said, I'm surprised it was as long as it was. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that for the animation.
I
thought
love
that
that they
was
took time for you to see Eren looking, calculating, figuring shit out. Like I love that they took a pause to just do all of that kind of stuff. So
I also like remember like the difference between this first part of the season compared to the other ones was the gear, like the compared to like season four's Levi's gears and his movement and his whole transition of going to turns, going to the roof, going to him one against like 20 people
20,
of
30
30
Titans.
people,
Mhm.
yeah,
literally
like
from different
30.
movements and stuff like that, and that's literally makes up the entire action sequence in itself, not counting uh the Beast Titan versus the entire platoon of of Armin's not Armin
Erwin's.
Irwin's squad and stuff like that with best
Mm-hmm.
action screen. I felt like the last previous season of Attack on Titan had more better scenes than the first part of Attack on season, the final season for sure.
I disagree, man. Like I love that it started off with the war between Marley and I forget who the rivals were at that time, but that battle was really dope. Gabby blowing up the train. We just talked about it. Eren
Right.
versus the Warhammer Titan.
Mhm.
Him
Kill a Blerd
killing
girl.
all of the Marley like politicians and like military
Passionate.
leaders and stuff. Armin blowing up the navy. Like there's been a lot of great like action shit that
Yeah.
happens in AOT.
I agree.
Man.
And that's not the sequence of what it reads in the manga. So again, for like the people that was like, things that were cut out, blah 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 blah, flashbacks, blah blah blah.
Or
I was
the
very
animation there wasn't
very
compared to
very pleasantly surprised where they decided to start that part. And I also agree with James. I think this is a lot of action comparatively since probably the first season.
Yeah, man.
Honestly.
And this is where like it's in the conversation for me. Like for best direction, I don't think it should win or anything, but it's because of those changes. Like looking at the manga, it's like, oh, this would actually work way better if we rearrange everything and do it like this.
Mhm.
And it just works a lot better for me. I think My Hero does a really good job of that too. So
Yeah, no.
That's crazy. My Hero's nowhere near this, and My Hero happened last year. Now that I think about it, My Hero Part
it has
2 was
only
very
one,
amazing.
and that's an antagonist of Shigaraki.
Why are you
Oh,
surprised? Do you
we-
think about what that arc was about? Most of
I
that
haven't
was
seen
the-
I haven't
most
seen
of it
season
was the
5 yet.
fight.
So
Ah,
It was
see.
class 1A versus class 1B, so you
yeah,
already
about say
knew.
it was just the class fight. Most of it,
which was
anyways.
great.
It was
No,
a good
yeah,
season.
not knocking it.
Week
not
to
knocking
week,
it.
week to week, I can't lie, it was kind of torture because I was just ready to get to the next thing. But if you can
Yeah.
binge it, oh my god, so good.
I would say
Yeah.
the Blackwood content did not compare to the other action sequence of every other animes and other stuff like that. That's why
That-
it couldn't.
That
compare.
was one of those I preferred that in the manga than I did in the animation.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
I felt it more. I think the
Okay,
only
that's fair.
I felt a little more from the animation was Gravity's actual emotions. I thought they did a better job of bringing out, but then again, you're adding voice and all these different things to it. But overall, like the grimace and the despair, I feel they didn't, which is hard when you have a lot of that extra lineage, and shadowing done with the facing. With the faces, I think it is always harder to kind of bring that forward in animation because it's just the nature of the beast. I am not an animator. I cannot speak to that, but if you guys know, I socialize with a lot of artists and animators, so like I get it. But yeah, I felt like Deku specifically. I guess I should specify Deku specifically in that moment. I enjoyed it more in the manga than I did in the anime.
I agree. I could see where you got that from, because I remember me and Vash reacted to that chapter, and we were so hyped within like even though it was black and
Yeah.
white picture, it had like a whole. First thing we thought I was thinking was like Venom, almost like a whole symbiote. Like did he somehow became Venom or some shit? And then like no, but he's able to do the whole Spider-Man web slinging and stuff. Like okay, that's some dope shit. That is very dope shit.
The Black Whip.
So Steve, best ending sequence.
Ooh, this is tough because I actually had to. For most of the shows, when I binge them, I pretty much just go to the next episode. But I
Wow, you one of them. You a fake fan.
No, if you're binging it, if you're
He is a
binging
true
it,
binger.
yeah,
He's
you
a true
binge it.
binger.
so I go to the next episode. But the thing is, we actually did an episode, and we had to like, you know what I'm saying, do the endings or whatever. And then so I had to go find a YouTube video that played like 200 endings, and I was like, ugh. But I'm gonna go Skate to Infinity.
Okay.
I remember Skate to Infinity the most. It stuck out the most out of these.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go Skate to Infinity. I can't really give you a in-depth conversation about it because I was listening to like 200 songs. It was like a 2-hour video. But like the one that I do remember that stuck out was Skate to Infinity. So I'm going Skate to Infinity.
Okay.
Best opening though is iTaxi.
I see it because it's a very chill opening. Like,
Yeah.
I need to check it out fully.
It's so very chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be a popularity contest though. I don't think Taxi is gonna.
I think
Yeah,
we
I
all
would be
think
pleasantly
Crybaby
surprised.
might win this.
Yeah.
This is gonna win.
Those
this.
Yeah, I'd be
Tokyo
pleasantly
Revengers
surprised, but
probably.
I'm pretty sure it's Crybaby.
Yeah. Crybaby will definitely win, but I well, not definitely, but I think that would be the
It's a high. It's a
But-
popular choice. Yeah.
iTaxi song for me was the best. I also liked Beastars opening as well.
Right. It was
Really?
good too. That was good too.
I'll put Beastars number 2 on this list, and then Crybaby.
Mm.
No, wait. Shoot,
Wait.
Attack on Titan.
Over-
What am I doing? Yeah, I was about to say, wait a minute. I loved Attack on Titan last year. I would do iTaxi, Beastars, and AOT, and then
I listened
Crybaby.
to all of these opens on repeat too. It's very hard for me. For this.
Yeah, this is a hard category.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't put JJK as a best ending sequence.
It's not Lost in Paradise because that was last year's, and it did win.
It's-
last year.
Oh,
Lost in
Steve, I'm still
Paradise
in the
won
same
last
boat
year.
of you. Court 2 still had a good ending. I'm still in the same boat of you. Court 2
I
had
don't
a
know,
good
because
ending.
like
I
the
like
ending
it.
for JJK was literally its perspective of a phone, and you have a whole video recording, the whole pictures and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and the music.
Not just
It
the
didn't
song,
work
the
for me.
sequence. Not just the song. the
It didn't
sequence.
work.
Remember, Sam, it's the visual, the sequence overall. So the visual counts too. So that's why I gotta give
Even
it to
with
the visual as
visuals, it wasn't
Yeah,
like
I'm about to say,
enough.
nah.
Even
Nah,
with
I
well. I
visuals,
guess I'm
it
the only
wasn't
one on
enough.
this boat. I am
It wasn't
standing by
enough.
myself here.
yeah, on your heel.
Watch the other ending sequence, and you'll see.
I would agree.
Did y'all do best
I-
acting performance already?
We did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're up to best action, so you have 2 more to do.
Okay. I'm going to go. This is a toss up.
This is English, just in case you didn't.
Yeah. English. Next
Ah.
one's Japanese.
I want to go Brittany Cox, Finna the Pirate Princess, but Toro from Fruits Basket was definitely one that I really loved too.
They're all good, man. They're all really good.
I actually love Finna. A lot of people didn't like the ending. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was a bad ending, but
Yeah, I think it was telegraphed.
a lot of people feel like the ending was so bad it ruined that season. I didn't think so. But I thought that was good. I'm gonna go with Finna. But
Endings are
Toro.
hard, man.
Yeah, bro, ending the show is hard. I'd rather get canceled, is what it seems like. Because making an ending, apparently everybody is hard on them for some reason.
Make bad episodes until you get canceled, so that you don't have to make an ending. I could definitely see that.
Oh, best voice acting for Japanese. Are we going Aaron?
I mean, I went with Gabby because like it's literally like how you gotta make a character you love to hate, and and like when we already know when it comes to in Japan,
we're
when
we're
you
the
have-
fuck
when you-
Gabby wave.
when you
We're
have
in the
s-
fuck Gabby.
when you have so much hate with the characters, where you actually have to write emails or like write mail to the voice actor herself where you hate her because of the Gabby and shit.
Yeah.
You know, like
I hated her at first,
Two
but she's
of
just a
the
misguided
characters on
youth.
this list have songs and TikToks about them.
Yeah. Yeah. Aaron
Yeah.
didn't do nothing wrong.
Fuck
But,
Gabby, that's it.
It was Aaron's dialogue when he was looking at himself in the jail cell that did it for me. I liked when he was in the jail cell. He's kind of like talking to himself, and then when he has the conversation with Mikasa and Armin, I enjoyed that a lot too.
You're my bitch. You're my bodyguard.
Pretty much, you gotta listen to me.
Oh,
You're
I know
programmed.
Mikasa's great with her hands and Armin's good with her talk. Oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna get some talk to Mikasa and then throw some hands into Armin. Aha!
He was
Yeah.
like, what? You put a hand on me? Like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Aaron,
crazy.
but Gabby's voice actor, like you said, the highs when she's got to yell and doing those, the emotion that she gives, that's actually
Like,
a good one. I'm mad I locked him out.
Because for me, it was about the perspective of she thinks everybody within that island were all devils. She had
Mhm.
no idea. Like, she was just being manipulated by the aliens, and it comes to the point like, I know we killed the favorite girl in the show, but
Mm.
you can't blame her.
The
You can't
truth
blame
is,
her.
the truth is, people love Aaron for the same reasons that they hate Gabby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
You're just seeing it from
there's
their
so many
perspective.
similarities between them, and as you watch these episodes, you'll learn like you won't hate Gabby as much as
You
you
can't.
That's much. You
It's-
still
it's
can't.
r-
You'll
It's,
still
it's
hate her.
not. It's not her
You'll
fault.
still hate her.
Oh man. So best score. I haven't seen.
I
86,
really want.
So I have
Do
to
check
go
out
Vivi.
86. Do check
I
out
haven't
86.
seen. I was about to say, I haven't seen 86, so I have to go Vivi.
Okay, that's fair.
Ooh.
That's fair.
Yeah. And Vivi.
Man, I'm tomorrow, man. This y'all are. I really gotta start this tomorrow.
Bro, so the people at Mike Check Wafu, they were like Vivi was the anime of the year, and then 86 came out and they were like, yo, this is crazy. They like all year they were like, Vivi's the best anime this year. It's easily the best anime. And they were saying that all year, and then 86 came out and they was like, yo, this is crazy. They
I
was
mean, like 86
they
is
was like-
depressing. We said this. It's because they watched an anime where they got so depressed. Like, ew, bro, this is crazy.
They was like, if this was any other year, Vivi would win anime of the year. They was like, but 86 is just that good. And I was like, dang, really? I was like, I guess I need to check it out.
It's worth it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Vivi just because I haven't seen 86.
That's fine.
You guys have sold me. I'm gonna start that. I might start it tomorrow because I'll be done with my Moon Knight read tonight.
Nice.
And so now I'm back. Am I caught up now? Or
Best character design.
One more.
oh yeah, best character.
Two more.
No. He did best animation. Or
Yeah, I did best
Oh,
character
yeah,
design
yeah.
with you guys, right?
yeah.
And then
Character design.
Yeah.
This
Best
one,
animation.
I feel like this one was very unique in its own way. Everybody had its own different way of doing its animation and character designs and everything.
yeah, I think for best character design, I'm gonna go Odd Taxi.
I could see
Because
that. Yeah, I
there's
defended
so many
Taxi
sense.
for this one too, because
There's
you're
so
putting
many
into
different characters.
animals and then perspective and then the reactions of it.
Bro, and then the last episode when you when the last episode when he gets his actual like what they actually look like, now I was like, I need to see every character. Now you have to show me them because it's like they're
before and after image would be like, or
Yeah.
like more like fantasy reality kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
what you see, what have you been seeing this entire time? What it's actually been seeing this entire time comparison.
without spoiling anything for you guys that haven't seen it. So, but yeah, I was just like, I need to see every character now. I have to. You have to show me. So, and then best animation, I went Vivi because I haven't seen Jobless, so I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. But we'll change your mind with Jobless. But then Vivi
Yeah,
is a
we'll
hard
see,
choice
yeah.
though. Vivi is a very, very visual animation though. So I don't know. I don't know if it can beat. I don't know if Jobless can beat that kind of animation.
These are all good choices for animation.
Yeah, and we did best director together, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
we should be on the next one. Yeah.
yeah. Best fight scene.
We can go finally.
Can
into
I?
best
Can
fight
I?
scene.
Can I? Before we start this, how dare they put this Boruto fight in contention with.
I actually
everything
heard
else
good
that's
things
up
about
here.
that fight. No,
Oh,
I heard.
no,
I heard.
I'm
No,
sorry,
I heard.
saying-
Good, no,
I'm
I heard
sorry,
good
Kendall.
things
This
about that.
fight-
Not saying
This
that
fight
it
was
wasn't
amazing.
a good fight.
My man gave the
Look
hands.
at
He
the
gave
other
the
fights. Look at the other fights, and then think about what the Boruto fight was. Look at the
All right,
other
look.
fights here.
Look.
Does it match? Does it
I'ma
match?
just tell
Be
you, Kendall.
honest. I watched it.
The fight, it was good. It was hand-to-hand combat. And Naruto was giving the hands before. Spoilers.
You've
he
watched
lost Kuruma.
Naruto enough times comparatively to everything else that is on this list, because I've actually seen all of these clips already, even though I haven't caught up to Kobayashi, even though I haven't watched Vivi. I didn't even realize that's what that was from. I've seen the scene already.
Vivi's
And-
a hard fight.
I'm just saying, this Naruto, it was a great, I needed it. I needed to see it animated. I love it. I just don't feel like it actually compares to the other sequences that are up here.
But also, if you, like you said, Kendall, if you're a Naruto fan, he did a lot of moves that he has learned over the years, and he did it.
It's a nostalgia trip.
Yeah, nostalgia, but also done very well. I feel
Yeah.
like he did such a good comeback. Like Emperor's animation was great. The whole new Sage mode, nuclear scientist mode, whatever you want to call it.
Baron mode.
Yeah, so I felt like it was such a good job. But
Baron.
like Kendall said, as much as I'm a Naruto fan, whoa, I was about to call myself Naruto fan. Whoa, pause.
Yeah, good save.
Naruto
Good save.
fan. As much as I'm a Naruto fan, grew up, even though I love One Piece and Bleach more than Naruto, I have to give this fight, as much as Black Flash was dope as hell, Yuji and Todo versus Hanami, that's my vote, because
That's
my
my
boy
vote too.
is like the clapping, the hands, and the way Todo was fighting with Yuji and teaching him at the same time, and also schooling Hanami. Said like, boy, you can't touch me. What's up? How you doing?
It
That was
also,
just an
it was
entertaining
also
fight.
more where you learn that Toto, you learn how he literally spends that amount of time where even though he was like seeing this crush of his, he was like, oh yeah, oh I see,
Yo, those
disadvantage,
flashback
advantage.
scenes.
Okay, turn off my curse sorcerer. Nothing to me. Like, oh, what? He learns faster than he can think. Like,
I don't know how to vote between the two of them.
Yeah, I probably want
I
to watch that fight
don't
one more time
know.
now.
I've watched. First of all, I've watched JJK dubbed and sub twice for each.
Oh wow, nice.
I like it's just such like I can put it on background noise. It's just such good.
I think
You know, it's just good for me like that. But these two fights really stand out. The animation in both of them is amazing. I feel like I like the Total Pair more, but I don't know, something about that Black Flash sequence and
Man, I
what it
miss Toto.
actually represents, like what it represents for their growth and development to this point is just beautiful. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I'm,
might
I'm
pick
in the
Toto
same boat
too.
with you.
I may pick Toto just because
I think
still friend.
what would
but I
help
don't know.
cement a lot of things for people if Haname was actually able to use her own domain expansion. But we know that doesn't really happen in the manga and doesn't happen in the anime. But she does mention that she can use domain expansion, and that got a lot of people. That would definitely, for sure, get a lot of people like off their chair. Like, wait, what? She want to keep fighting? This is not her full strength kind of situation. You wanted to
Yeah.
see. You wanted to see every single character's 120% fight into this stuff, but it's a sample of what's to come in the future, so I'm okay with
Oh
that.
my gosh. I can't. Oh my god. The fights for the. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really hard, but I mean, Yuji and Toto, man. Like for me, it's
That's what I was
just
about-
the. For me, it's especially Toto with him just like slowly unraveling everything that his technique can actually do, and just like the mind games that he was playing with Hanami. Like for me, that's what took it over the edge. So that's what gives it the.
It was also
green light for
teaching
me.
Yuji and the chemistry
At the same
between
time, yeah.
the chemistry between Toto and Yuji as well. It's just it's so weird. The Toto
But
had the
I
whole
mean,
brother
again,
complex and
The
stuff like
the high stakes of the other fight, the high stakes. You didn't know that she knew Black Flash.
Right.
You were introduced to it again. Called back to the Toto fight. but again, it's just like I didn't. I was hoping and rooting for Toto to win, the Toto pair to win. I did not know if they were gonna win that other fight.
It wasn't. It was.
I did not. I didn't know if everyone was walking away from that fight in any kind of way. And then it's like, whoa. And then even the intensity of like that final part before they escape, and I'm just like, yo, that was a lot.
I wanted to add the plant animation from Haname too, when they were actually walking
Yes.
on that vine and stuff, and then the moment where, all right, no, wait, take it away. Literally like mid-air.
Yes.
All right, new plan. We have to kick each other. Like we literally have to move different moments from the spikes. It's like, whoa, it was very smooth. It was so the sequence was smooth.
They both show a certain type of synergy in two very different dynamics. But like I said, I guess I have to give it to Besto Friendo. We just gotta, yeah.
I'm going Toto as well. That just is the choreography of it. And if you've read JJK, like you knew it was coming, but the way that they animated it was really, really good, because it was like you had to kind of use your imagination of like him clapping and where he's going and things like that. So seeing it on screen, that was really, really pleasing to just, see it to the eye or whatever. So I'm definitely going that one. The Black Flash, I liked it, I loved it or whatever, just like everybody else. But I'm going with the Yuji Toto. There's still some good fights on here.
Yes. I've rewatched that Kobayashi fight several times because it is actually pretty lit.
Those dragon breaths and those blasts was actually really well done. They look really good, pretty and stuff like that.
And then I don't know what all we're considering, I guess, for Attack on Titans, but if we're considering all the way to crushing with the Jaw Titan, that's all really good. It's all really, really good.
Bro, you know what's so crazy? I love the fact that when you're voting on this, they're not putting like this one has this percentage and that. Like it's just like this is your pick and that's it.
I wish we would know how many votes each person won, because it would just be like, oh my god,
how close was the choice that I wanted to win compared to the
like how close? It's like
I like that they're not doing it, because then you got all these people that are like be like, hey, you need to get on the computer and vote for this. And it'll kind of mess up the votes.
I mean, you can still do that, but you don't know about the percentage or the votes and stuff like that.
I think it also inspires people to cheat, if I'm being honest, because there's ways to kind of go back around and kind of push numbers and stuff. So it's like, if you don't know, you vote. You vote how you vote.
I could see why the Yuji and Nobura versus Iso and Kazatsuchi is there too, because it really highlighted Nobura's character into this fight, where she's willing to give everything she has as a fighter, sorcerers, and everything like that. But it was a good fight too. Like she was really like injuring herself, the whole nail to your hand and the fight and everything. Where I'm gonna kill you. I'm just gonna you're a bad match for me and everything.
See, but, just reliving these two in my head. The next season, the next season.
The Shibuya arc is gonna be like, we all need a drink. For Shibuya arc, we're all gonna need a drink.
For Shibuya,
let me go get a beer just for that.
I need
honestly, like the fanboy in me wants Eren versus the Warhammer Titan to win. Because it's like, you have to think of it. This is a different version of Eren than we've ever seen, right? We usually see him as the hothead. He dives in and he just uses his rage to fight, right? Like this was an Eren that sat back. He looked, he was calculated. He measured every single move meticulously to where he was able to defeat the Warhammer Titan without doing that much. I mean, like he built up his body to the point where he could go through multiple transformations knowing that he could wear out the Warhammer Titan. And then he uses the Jaw Titan as the perfect opportunity to steal the Warhammer Titan, which is one of the most OP Titan powers, period. And then especially how he's been using it in part 2 already.
Yeah.
Against the Armored Titan and the Jaw Titan. Come on, man. I mean, like Mikasa did help Eren too, and then that so many of the memes of War Titan's last final words. Any last words, Eren Yeager is like, anytime now, Mikasa. I was like, oh shit.
Damn, I actually want to
That was
rewatch that scene
badass.
too.
It
It
was
was like
badass.
It was
shit.
Again,
badass.
you gotta think about what that sequence is. Like that whole fight as a whole is lit.
Yeah,
Bro,
dude.
it was so funny.
Dude,
like,
the scouts actually like winning. Watch, what's it? I can't remember the Jawed Titans. Is it Galliard? That's not him, right? Is it?
yeah, Gilead.
Gilliard.
I
like
think
that.
that's his name. I can't remember right now. But just him like looking at the scouts killing everyone, and he's like, "These are the devils of Paradise Island, dude." Like that was such a great moment. Like
They're
just
supposed to
so
be
many.
scared of us.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
ending too. Like, yo, you're supposed to be scared of Titans. How are you like so brave? How come you fight us?
Mhm.
It's like we're Titans. It's like literally something that you believe other countries would be scared of you. That you're the superpower. You're all the strength and stuff. Like, no, we have the weapons. We were all experienced. We know the necessity to kill you.
Yeah, man.
Mm.
Aaron versus
Porco-
Warhammer Titan.
Porco
That's what I
Gilliard.
said it.
Porco
Okay.
Gilliard.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't
It's,
mad
I'm
at
about to
it.
say, look, if there's any other set of fights that's on here that I think is super intense to that same level, it is definitely that.
All right, but let's talk about the most debate that we might have. Let's just add both antagonist and protagonist. James, go first because I want to hear, because I know you
It's-
and Ray had a good conversation in the group chat.
You know what's so funny? I remember last year
A lot of people
in
knew
the
that was gonna
chat,
happen. A
in
lot of
the
people said-
chat, talking with you guys and saying that this is exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
said it.
And
We
is
said it.
Here. It is here. It's absolutely here.
I mean, it makes sense, dude. I know what happens in the manga. I don't care what anyone thinks. This is just my opinion. Eren Yeager wins best protagonist, best antagonist. Period. I don't care. Like, I don't care about anybody else on this list. Eren is the best antagonist of the year. Everything that he's already done, the things that he's going to do, no one else on this list will even come close to a fraction of the level of carnage that Eren introduces into the world of Attack on
I
Titan.
say we'll say that for the next year. So like once we're going to the categories and stuff like that. Once everybody watched the anime season.
Yeah,
then
so
they
I-
know for
Only
sure.
So that's a good point,
competition
Sam. So
for
I don't think
Eren
he'll
is in
win.
Protagonist.
He won't
That's
win for
to
part
me.
1, but part 2, Eren is a strong contender for best antagonist.
So I have to agree
Yeah.
with James here, because even though I haven't read the full manga, I could see in perspective of how, like, from what we've seen in part 1, for where he's from in the island, Paradise Island, he sees as he is seen as a hero. He is seen that people are like, we're not going to be treated as, you know, monsters from what they're in the whole island. But when he went into evade, he's seen as a villain. But it's vice versa, because they've done both to the island and to the whole world. So it's like, it's all in perspective. Some people see him as a villain, some people see him as a hero. So on perspective, and I truly understand, because we have seen that in our own society. So I understand it. But I agree with James. I think next year in Country Awards 2022, part 2 is gonna do a lot better, because I've seen, you know,
Yeah.
some stuff, cover pages and other things, and what's gonna happen in the later episodes. I could know that this dude, to some people, is gonna be like, oh no, this guy's a villain. Nope. The
yeah,
shit he's about to
that's
do.
the fanboy. That's the fanboy in me. I just want Eren to win everything. But I have a question for you guys. How do you feel about Shigaraki being on this list? Now, Shigaraki is amazing, but Shigaraki is technically just a tool. He is
Yeah.
just a tool that
But
was
he-
manipulated by the true evil.
But he's still
So-
causing the villain. He's still causing chaos and carnage.
but
And Kendall, you're on mute.
I know I'm on mute. I'm trying to not talk over because I'm geeking over here. But I was nodding and saying that this is his arc. Like, I get why he's here. Like, this is his arc. I think he may actually be in the top 3. But I'm gonna let you guys talk. Like I said, I'm gonna keep to myself right now because I have lots of thoughts.
But like,
Sorry.
to James' point, I was gonna just add of how, like, I agree Shigaraki's a tool, but he's still the one causing the pain. He's still causing the horror. People, the towns, people from the cities sees him as a villain. they don't know the true story about All for One. Like they don't know that he's a tool. He's taking a chess piece in a 5D piece, but for those for the citizen, they don't think All for One. Oh, he's the one that caused it. No. They just want somebody to blame. And who can they blame? Boshiraki. So he's the one that is the leader of the League of Villains. He's the one that's technically controlling the liberation of army. So that's what they see him as, the one that's causing all this chaos and causing all those problems. In season 6, in the next awards after that year, he will also be considered as a villain, because from what he's going to do in the next season as the war arc, that's also going to add more to his repertoire, because technically still he's not known as a tool yet. In the later season of season 6 or season 7, that's where people will see him as a tool, from what the anime watchers will be finding out more. So I agree to what you're saying, but we see him as a tool now from the current manga, from what we know of the current information. But as anime watchers, he's the villain.
So
Steve, what about you? Who's your pick?
Oh, obviously, Aaron Yeager's gonna win both of these categories, but I'm just gonna choose a pick that's not Aaron Yeager. For me, I like Kisaki more than I like Shigaraki as an antagonist.
that's my choice too.
As an antagonist, Kisaki is just
He's raggedy. He's a raggedy bitch.
He's
He's
so
a man's a
fucking-
raggedy bitch.
he's such a
I would like to say I hate him.
He
more
is
than I
such a
hate
raggedy
Shigaraki is
bitch.
what
There's
it
no
is.
like, oh, I think Kisaki is a good villain. You hate everybody hates
You
Kisaki.
raggedy
Like,
bitch.
And then later on in the manga, once you find out why he's doing it, you're like, oh, you're
Oh
really a raggedy
my
bitch.
gosh.
You're like, oh, you're really.
and
a
then
bitch.
and then the overall outcome is just satisfying. It probably
Bro.
shouldn't be as satisfying as it is to me, but it's just satisfying.
Like, especially this scene that they have of him, the picture that they're using, that scene right there makes you really fucking hate that dude.
Yo,
Yeah.
can we talk about just the choice of stopping the season where they stopped it? Like I was
It's a
so
good
hoping that
cliffhanger.
that's where they were gonna stop it. Like I really was praying, because like I didn't finish watching it, and someone was like, "Yeah, you gotta catch up and watch." I was like, "All right, I'll go finish and see." I just want to see where they stop. And I was like, I really hope that they stop at this spot, and they literally ended right on the scene that I thought they would end it on. I was like, "This is perfect. This is
That's
where you
It
should
was,
end
it,
this."
it was like the episode 24 best way to end it and everything. It's just
Yeah.
it opens up to season 2.
It makes everybody go pick up the manga immediately, because you're like, there's no way you just did that. Like, it's like the cliffhanger that they leave you on. You're like, okay, I either wait for next season or I pick up the manga right now.
And I
And
promise you, when you pick up, you're just picking back up at high pace from there. It's like it's go mode.
it's such a quick read too. Like, for me, it was such a quick read. But like, if Aaron's not on this list, and you might get voters that are bigger Tokyo Revengers fan. I keep saying Tokyo Ghoul.
It's
That are
okay.
bigger
I got
Tokyo
that too.
Revengers
I did that too.
You
Don't worry.
did.
I did that
Yeah.
too.
So people that might Tokyo Revengers fans might show up and outvote. I doubt it, but if Kisaki wins, I would be shocked, but I would be like, okay, because if Aaron's not on this list, this is an easy Kisaki vote.
So okay, so I'm gonna say, like, for antagonist, when it came to Eren, I understand a lot of people didn't seem to understand why he's the antagonist and how it became that way. Mainly because we lived through an entire life of Eren Yeager up to this last final season. How his mom got killed, how he went to join the scout army to train, how he had to learn all these secrets, the dad's basement, and all the other stuff and information. And it's like the same people who say, like, "Oh, fuck Gabby, fuck her, like, yeah, she's the asshole," and shit. Like, no, this is the same kind of mind where you're gonna back up whatever action Eren Yeager is gonna do, even though it's gonna be some villain shit. Which I understand where you're gonna be coming from and where you're gonna get the backing of antagonists, where, like, there's no winners in wars. It's just that who was ever the protagonist in the beginning, who became the antagonist in the end, we're gonna support that person throughout the entire time because we know their struggles. We've been
Yeah.
through, we lived it, we seen it, we
People
felt
might-
their
yeah.
emotions into this.
Exactly what you just said. People actually might not vote Aaron because of the fact that they're gonna be like,
We'll put, but
Yes.
we'll put them as protagonists, but we can't put them as antagonists.
so I can see Kisaki winning this.
I was just about to tell you guys, I am very confident Kisaki wins this.
So,
I think
yeah.
the only competition is Shigaraki,
Because-
and that's because My Hero Academia is not very much on this list, and I can see My Hero Academia fans are petty.
So
And
why?
I can see a mass voting just because there's no other place to vote for them.
So why I say Shigaraki could win is because of that one episode of his backstory with his dad, his parents, and everything. His trauma, his childhood trauma experience. Nobody in his family wanted him to be a hero. Nobody wanted to use his grandma to be his inspiration, and the animation and the sequence, the scary parts of this entire scenes of that episode was very horrific. And it comes to the point where now you see his villain origin story, his villain origin trauma. Nobody wanting to help him throughout the entire time. He needed help for all the actions, everything did. And then you have the biggest villain in the entire world picking him up and see you're going to be my successor. That's how you know, yeah, that's potential future villain, big villain in the future. But
I mean,
not yet, but I see it why.
If it comes
Being
down,
realistic,
if it comes
I
down to
don't
like
think-
Twisted, oh sorry,
I don't think Aaron's going to win either one of these, right? Like,
Oh.
Aaron isn't best antagonist yet. That's what I was saying. Like, part 2, yeah, definitely high contention.
hands
As
down.
far as protagonist, he's too much on the line between protagonist and antagonist for mass audiences to vote him as best protagonist. So as far as like the numbers, I don't think he'll win either one of these. I want him to, but as far as like numbers, I don't think he's going to win either one of these. Like Kendall was saying, I think Shigaraki might get it simply because My Hero fans don't really have anywhere else to go. And Shigaraki, I mean, yeah, I think he might win, or like you guys were saying, Kisaki might win. And as far as like protagonist goes, and we can talk about this more. Like, I don't know, but I don't think it'll be Aaron.
There's a lot of ReZero fans too, where they would vote.
Yeah, I
That's
was
the only
thinking that.
category as well.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like,
And
that's another
ReZero
cult-
picked up so
cult
many
vote.
victories last year's too. So
It's definitely another cult vote right there for sure.
Another one. I haven't watched the second season of ReZero yet.
I don't watch ReZero. I didn't know it was actually a real series. I'm sorry.
I remember you hated. I know
The
that's
hatred.
right.
It's real.
I haven't seen past the
That
first
rude.
10 minutes
I haven't
of the
either.
first episode.
I might
um,
give it a chance this year. I'm not.
It's
sure
really
what
good.
it is.
Out of those of antagonists, I would have to go for Adam because my dude was a dead as antagonist for our Reki and the crew. Like he was dead as throwing them against the whole.
He is a
Ground.
strong antagonist, and he's not to be played with.
Like he was dead as not playing. Like he knew he was evil because he did as say, "Come here, sugar. Let me just throw you down,
Hey
down to the
yo,
ground."
hey yo,
No.
Hey, yo.
hey yo,
Bing bong.
hey
Like, he
yo.
had literally thrown like during the racetrack. He had literally grabbed them, throw them off their skateboard, literally just down to the ground. Like literally, he plays rough.
The
Hey yo,
overarching-
again.
The overarching.
Pause then. Ha.
The overarching. You can't even pause. It's his character in the show.
That's true, yeah.
Like the overarching being of what Adam truly is makes him less compelling of an antagonist to me in comparison to Kisaki.
Okay, yeah.
Personally speaking.
Because Kisaki is he planned so much like messed up shit. He had a plan of another plan and stuff like that.
Bro.
And his future self is what a raggedy bitch.
He's a bro. If you haven't, James, you haven't read Tokyo Revengers yet, have you?
I have not.
Bro, he's a fucking dick.
He's a
Like,
raggedy
I'm
bitch.
not gonna lie. Don't even read it at this point, bro. Just
I
wait for the next
watched it.
season.
I binged the entire first season. Like motherfucker's a
Right.
raggedy bitch. Like literally
not-
all his actions.
I'm not in love with this final arc. I felt like they should have ended the ended the series with the last arc, but this shit.
It's still going though, right? It's still.
Yeah, it's still going.
It's the final arc though.
The arc that they're on right now is kind of like, it's like you had like almost kind of like a perfect ending where it was like, okay, you pretty much had it. And then you're like, but let's go back one more time. And I feel like now he's messing himself up. To me, without spoiling stuff, it feels like Death Note to me. It feels that's what it feels like. It's like once you lose something that's so special to the story, you can't get that back, and it's gone now. So it's like
It can't be fixed. You telling me?
I mean, unless they come out with, unless the ending just is something crazy that we didn't expect. Right now, I'm like, this is an okay ending for this final arc. They're kind of messing up like a really, really great series.
It's given 7 deadly sins. I don't know
Oh,
how many times I'm going
no.
to end it.
Why did you say that? Why did you say that?
But it's definitely giving me Death Note, like the whole fact of this person and this person's rivalry, and then you take it away from us and you continue the story. It's like, why? Everything that we were in love with.
Is it money? Did they wanted more money from this?
No, I don't think it was money. I think it was genuine, but I super agree.
And he
I
didn't know where to
super
end
agree
it.
that it could have been, you know what, to be more polite, I won't say 7 deadly sins. For those of us that have read Attack on Titans, it's Attack on Titans. It's you could have picked another point and you wanted to continue telling the story.
Love Attack on Titan.
That's why I was like, I'm not gonna think. I'm just gonna say it. You could have picked. There was clear other points where the story could have stopped, and you continued. That's what I'm gonna say in regards to Attack on Titans. Okay. But I said the same thing earlier. I told them I stopped reading it after a certain point in the current arc because I was like, this is ridiculous. You gave me the perfect ending already, and you are now antagonizing me, reader, for
no reason.
I was. It wasn't perfect, and everybody kind of by any means if it had stopped at the previous arc, but I was content because I understood where we got, why we got here, how we got here, what this ending was. And even though it would have been like, oh dang, ultimately this still played out maybe this way and I wasn't expecting it, I'm okay with an ending like that. I am.
It was, yeah. You got to read it for yourself, for James and Vash. Have you read it? I'm sorry, I don't know. If
No,
it's a good watch. It's a good watch.
It's a really good watch.
I haven't read it or watched it.
I watched it in dub, and it was a good watch.
Yeah,
bless you, Steve.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really good. I think y'all will really enjoy it.
So for best protagonist, we know James vote for Aaron.
I would like for Aaron to win as well. I think the person that's going to win, I think, is Yuji.
I want Yuji as well.
I was gonna say Boji.
Boji's gonna win Best Boy.
I want it to be Boji so
Boji,
bad.
yo, he's the ultimate underdog. He's the ultimate underdog. Like, how do you beat this?
Boji's gonna win Best Boy for sure. But I think for Best Protagonist, I think they're gonna go with Yuji.
So let me tell y'all something. The sleeper on this list is
Joe.
No.
It's between Joe and I.
Okay.
Okay.
From Wonder Egg.
Wonder Egg Priority.
Interesting.
I really love
I is a very interesting, unique taste on a protagonist. And you definitely get to see the growth and evolution of everything.
Is that on Funimation?
Mm-hmm.
It's on both.
Yeah, it's on Funimation and it's on Crunchyroll.
Is it? I think it initially
because Crunchyroll doesn't have
Funimation.
a link for it on the site.
Oh, okay. I thought they were gonna give it the release, so I guess it's just on Funimation and Hulu.
Funimation.
Okay.
Yeah, Wonder Egg is really good. Just mentally prepare yourself for trigger warnings if you have any.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's really good. It's
I and Joe, I will say sleepers. In my heart of hearts, I really want it to be Boji. And if it came down to Boji or Aaron, I would be happy. I know it's gonna be Yuji, however.
Yeah, it's
I
probably
think
going to
Boji-
be Yuji.
I think Boji's definitely gonna win Best Boy though, easily. I think it's gonna be like if they actually show the percentages, he's gonna have at least 70% of the votes.
He's got some strong competition. I just scrolled up. I didn't look before, but he's got some
Yeah,
strong
yeah.
competition.
I just looked through the list of best girl. But do you want to do best boy first and then best girl?
Nah.
All right,
We've
so
been doing this.
so we'll do best girl.
So
Best girl.
my personal opinion, Best Girl should be I from Wonder Egg Priority. The one that's probably gonna win is Comey. Comey from Comey Can't Communicate.
Yeah, I
Or-
see Comey winning this one too.
For
But
me,
actually, no. I want 86. No, I want the
86.
major. I want
Yeah,
the
about
major.
the major.
That was gonna be my
She
pick.
was
Me too. I'm like,
she was
she's
down. She was beginning from the beginning to the end. She was down for the 86 forever.
So, and I'm gonna say this in complete. Please don't cancel me, internet. I do not think that she truly fits the air quote stereotype of best girl.
Yeah.
And I think that will take her out of contention for people. I think this comes down to I and Toru.
Oh,
Is it because of a Sojo character kind of thing?
I think if it's gonna be tropes in people's mind, I think it pushes her out of contention. Unfortunately, to me, if I'm just assuming the way people would vote, like in mass, I think that's the case. For me, I would say it comes down to 86, and I actually think Nobara is best girl. I think
I wouldn't be upset.
I'm not.
I
upset.
think Ai's a good pick, but I really think Nobara is actually best girl.
girl likes shopping. Girl likes dolls. You know, she fits the pipe. She fits
Girl can
the
fight. Girl can
the stigma. Girl likes to fight.
She's not stereotypical, but she's in character of best girl enough.
Agree.
Fair point.
That's
Good
fine.
point.
But like my personal pick would be definitely be Vladilena for sure.
Yep, the major.
What about
definitely
you,
for sure.
Steve?
Oh, I think my personal pick is I for Wonder Egg Priority, but I think that Comey from Comey Can't Communicate will win. People like for these categories, I feel like people like the people that have to overcome things and like things like that.
Mhm.
And Wonder Egg Priority, she is overcoming stuff and things like that, but it's not as innocent as Comey.
Innocent's a better word.
Yeah.
I promise you, 86 girl also overcomes a lot of stuff too.
She does, and I think when you see it, you'll also see my point of why I think she just wouldn't win this category.
If you said she's a major already, I already can tell you that they
Right.
won't let her win because and it's so weird because best
It's
girl.
like you said, Steve. Like for what they actually look for as best girl, quote
Yeah.
unquote. Like, yeah, sure. Yeah,
they
she
don't
doesn't fit.
and it's so weird. It's like you don't really want to say it, but like strong and like that type of major, they're not gonna like necessarily pick it. They want best girl for the girly stuff in a sense, and it's
Yeah.
weird to say, but that's what that is.
Yeah.
The whole Sojo genre kind of thing.
This is a good category though. These picks are good picks.
I wouldn't be
sure.
surprised if Toro won either.
Yeah, I was literally just thinking that when I said it. I can see Toro winning. These are good picks.
This is the last year for Fruit Basket too, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
So it's either the winner is either gonna be Toro or Comey. I think personally it should be I. But
I think it's gonna be Toro I, man. I think I has actually a really strong following and popularity. Even
But
for
after
people
the
who
OVA
haven't gotten into the series, like people know I's face.
after
what
the
I mean?
OVA though, people
Good point. Good
I
point.
feel like the love is still there, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I think it's possible. But
Okay.
I'm with you. I can see why she would get hedged out. I would hope that she wins. If I really had to like go with the popular-ish consensus of who I would want to vote for, I would pick I. Internally, I still think, like I said, I think Nobara is actually best girl on this list.
Moving on
No
to
complaints here.
Okay.
moving on to best boy.
Both.
Senku.
I
He
love
won. He
Senku.
won. He won last year. He won last
I love
year.
Senku, but he shouldn't be on the list just off the strength of he won
I
last
honestly
Well,
believe
I'm
that
being
too.
biased. I'm gonna choose Senku. I'll be
Boji.
honest.
Boji.
Boji.
Even though, like, I get why Draken is in the
Draken
list.
is my son. Draken is my son, and I wish that were
and I get
appropriate.
Mikey. I get Mikey is in this list too.
Mikey more so than Draken, I get
Yeah.
being on this list because of again the stereotypes. Like Draken isn't the cutesy type that would fit here. I get it, but the popularity is there, and I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
And
popularity.
he is indeed a boy. He looks like a grown man, but he is indeed a boy.
I am really surprised Otokawa is even on this list. People really love our taxi, I see. I guess it wasn't just me.
It's definitely with Boji because of the underdog factor.
It's Boji, period.
Yeah.
How dare anybody vote for anyone?
Anything, it's Boji. The answer is
literally
Boji.
within the first 2 episodes, you'd be like, "Yo, boy's the most struggle."
Let me tell you what the vote percentages should be. It should be like 75 to 80% Boji. The like 10% should be split between Mikey and Senku, and then everybody else gets splattered in the rest of whatever the 10% is, because it's Boji. It's Boji. If it's not Boji, the people are still somehow sleeping on ranking of
You
They
have
haven't
failed.
watched.
These awards.
You really like to literally see Boji having these humiliations.
Just look at this
have
picture.
all
Just look at the picture.
literally all the things that does him dirty throughout the entire anime too with Boji. It's just it makes sense that he needed to be best boy.
There's no way he did. Like to
If
me,
best boy is the boy that you're rooting for, I'm rooting for Boji. Like even just thinking about these individual characters, I'm not rooting for any of these characters in any type of particular way. But I'm so invested in Boji. Just like, can you give this man a win? Can he do some right? He's been robbed before he was even conceived. Like,
And plus, I do agree with the aspect. He is the definition of best boy. Like he's literally the definition of best boy.
yeah.
So it kind of works.
Ray said Mike says Mikey should be best boy. I get it.
I see the strong argument for Mikey. If I had to pick somebody next in line, I would.
It's because of the struggle and the stuff that happens to him, and the whole like. Even though like this happened,
He's best sad boy.
Yeah, I can't give up my faith in
runner
everything.
up. He's best runner up boy. Boji, right? It's not fair.
It's
All the
really
stuff
not.
that Boji has to go through. It's not fair.
He struggled from birth. Like what the hell?
From before birth, bro.
It's not fair.
Yo. Oh, man.
If you don't choose Boji as best boy, I think that you might not have seen Ranking of Kings yet.
That's the only option.
I fully agree. I fully agree.
And then again, if you take him out the picture, I guess it's like I said, I think it's between Mikey and Senku.
I would go Mikey and Draken if it's not.
I was about to say I would like to say Draken, but I feel like the fans, you would be hedging votes at that point. And I feel like most fans would probably pick one or the other instead of trying to vote against it. But I don't know. The people vote however they want to vote. But yeah, it's those three for sure. I'm not trying to slight Horiyama Izumi in any kind of type of way, but just not best boy.
And I'm kind of confused on why Okawa is even for best boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a grown taxi driver.
But like he does experience.
You know who could be on this list? To call back to what I was saying earlier, Dai.
Oh, from Dragon Quest?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Dai is way more of a best boy than
But like we have
That's
it's
true.
over like 60 episodes already, so I'm gonna say
I know
cut the
that's
first
why it's
core.
not. I know that's why it's not there. But
I think he was there last year for best boy.
he was.
He was.
He was, right?
the
He was,
best
right?
boy. And it's a
All right.
continuing season.
So
They
now
did
the
ask for the
last
same thing.
award, anime of the years.
Ooh.
Attack on Titan Part 1, Odd Taxi, Sunny Boy, Rank of the Kings, JJK Core 2, and 86 Core 1.
It's gonna be 86 for me, man.
And I really need to watch 86. What the fuck?
I think 86 can win this too. Like,
Again, the fanboy in me wants to say Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1, but realistically, story-wise, animation, score, stakes, 86 is everything, dude. Like, it is anime of the year.
I think we look at anime differently than the popular consensus.
Right.
And I don't even think 86 is in the running for this category.
Yeah.
it's sad, but yeah, you're right.
I completely
I am,
agree
Ray, I
with
am.
you, James. I completely agree with you. It should be 86.
It has to be 86.
And if 86 wins, I would be the most happy that I've ever been.
I would give it its
I would be the
ovation.
most
I'll give it
happy I
its
would ever be.
ovation throughout the entire time. And
You know,
I
like
agree
Grim
with
Reaper?
Ray. Ranking of the Kings is close second, but 86 has to be its number one anime of the year.
It has to
most
I
be
am
86,
I am
dude.
afraid that Ranking of the Kings. So let me tell you this: if Bochi doesn't win Best Boy, Ranking of the Kings absolutely isn't even in this competition
That's sad.
because that means enough people haven't seen it. You know what I mean?
That means
I feel
that
like
means
that's
that kind of
that's
tells me
good.
like popularity and demand is gonna be AOT or JJK that's gonna be winning anime of the year.
I think it's
and
I think- I
JJK
think that's what
won
it is.
last year. JJK
yeah,
won
it did.
last
I wouldn't
year.
be-
I mean,
surprised at all if
like we
JJK
said,
won.
JJK second cur is
I would,
amazing.
I would love if either of these three win. As much as I love JJK and Attack on Titan, I don't mind Attack on Titan win next year.
The reason
I'm
why I
fine
say
with
86
Rank of the King, 86 or Odd Taxi. I'm fine with either of those three winning.
the reason why
Attack on
86
Titan
wins
definitely wins next year.
because
Yeah, that's
mainly
what I'm saying,
because
James. It's better.
it's a new anime that just came in. Nobody had any expectation when it came to 86, but then the moment you watch like the first 3 episodes, it's like, oh crap, this is all sadness. It has touches every single thing. It touches war, it touches racism, it touches a little bit of mecha, even though it did not look as great. It's still like traumatic. There's more stakes, like James said. There's a lot of like great animation. There's a lot of good
It's everything.
scores as
If
well.
we had gotten Ranking of the Kings earlier and got it
Bruh.
second cur earlier, I would think there would be a stronger argument for Ranking of the Kings. It's 86.
Mhm.
Like if we're it's 86.
I agree with you.
Don't see this doesn't come.
I'm gonna let you know, Ray, right now. If iTaxi won, the timeline is gonna have to block me. The way that I've been campaigning for iTaxi,
No,
all
no,
year,
no, no. We don't
has
need to
So
block
the funny
you.
thing is that
Our
that
taxi
was
came
my
out in the
statement.
winter.
That was gonna be my statement. My statement is honestly, following wise, it's Attack on Titans, JJK, and Odd Taxi. I understand that Sunny Boy was like really good, but I think it comes down to those three. In my heart of hearts, I hope enough people watch Ranking of the Kings because it really should be in the contender space.
Yes.
And like I said, I think its popularity might be a lot more appealing to people than maybe 86 was. But the true winner of this should be 86, followed by Ranking of Kings.
Agree.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I haven't seen 86 yet. From what everybody says, 86 is the right answer. I think the AOT wins this category. And my personal, just to start a vendetta now, I'm going out taxi.
Had anybody seen Sunny Boy or heard of it? Because I haven't.
I
I've
have
I've
never
only
heard
heard
Sunny
of it,
Boy.
but
I've heard a lot of good things about it.
I've not even seen the visuals till just now. Like I've heard of Vivi, I just hadn't watched it. I didn't know this was a thing that came out this year.
Mhm.
like,
But
I
it
don't know.
looks like something I would watch, which makes me sad that I didn't know it came out.
I think I read an interview saying it was more of a visual work than it is for verbal when it came to Sunny Boy, because it had a lot of good visual scenes on its anime.
I'm guessing it's on Funimation since it's not clickable.
It is.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's on Funimation.
That's why I didn't watch it.
If I'm thinking about just numbers, it's probably going to be JJK.
Yep, that's what I'm
if
telling
it's
you.
numbers,
I think
it's JJK
It's
or AOT.
probably going to end up being JJK.
Because
But-
popularity.
it's more JJK than AOT, mainly because
sure.
because Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1 was the first part that Studio Mappa picked it up from with Studio 2.
Yeah,
And
I'm not upset with that at all. But part 2 though,
yeah,
part 2 is going
every
Whole
to
day.
different story.
I get it.
part 2 is going to be in a lot of these different categories. Best
Yeah, I'm about to say
action, fight
Attack on Titans
sequences.
is about to be in everything next year.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
gonna be
next
in
year-
every category.
Yeah, it's just done next year.
Because you know Mikasa's about to come back as best girl. Like, if Attack on Titans is not in every category next year for the Crunchyroll Awards, it's
They're
them
wrong.
intentionally. It's them intentionally not putting them in every category.
Facts.
Mm.
Facts.
All right, so this has been our
Even best comedy. Even best comedy. I
Even
said it
best
here.
comedy.
I said it.
What?
Oh,
By the way, it is highway robbery that Scissor 7 didn't even get a nomination for best
You
comedy.
said it earlier, and I was like,
You
it's
know-
not in here.
you know
at
what?
all.
You know what I realized too? Most of these animes are mostly just from Crunchyroll and Funimation
Funimation.
itself. There was no Amazon Prime. There was no from Netflix. Actually, no. Wait, Komi's
They had
Netflix.
B-Stars.
Komi's Netflix. Yeah,
Yeah,
B-Star
and they
too.
had B-Stars. It's robbery that Scissor 7 isn't even nominated. Like,
And I
Jesus.
realized Amazon didn't really have as much good contenders when it came to anime neither. So
I mean,
it made sense.
but it's like Netflix. I'm not about to say what was good from what was not, but we got a lot from Netflix this year.
I mean,
we got a
JoJo
lot
is not
from
JoJo
Netflix.
is not on the list.
JoJo
a lot
is,
of people
December.
hated. A lot of people hated that binge aspect of with the
Stone Ocean.
12 episodes or 12 episodes drop on Netflix and then nobody talk about the timeline
You know
right
what?
after the drop.
Are y'all? Are we jumping off now? Maybe we should. Can someone pull up the Netflix list and let's talk about some of that stuff? Because I mean, like, even we got Pokemon Journeys on there. We got Eden Zero. We got Baki. There's a lot to talk about from
Blue Period.
They do.
Blue Period.
But
There's
then,
a lot to talk
but
about.
there was
from
also some
Netflix.
bad stuff. Not a lot of people like
There was-
Ragnarok.
There was definitely bad stuff.
Not a lot of people did
It-
not like Ragnarok there.
It was what it was, and it was what it was going to be, in my opinion.
And they didn't have Way of the House Husband on there.
One of my favorite things to come out.
Wow,
last
really?
year,
Interesting.
I mean, like it's the paper animation thing. It's just
Yeah, it's
just a
definitely the
slideshow.
stop motion. The stop motion animation definitely rubbed people the wrong way. But
But
Way of the House
it's
Husband,
supposed to be there. It just makes it what it's like. It makes it what it is.
I think, yeah, there was some rivalry.
It could have been in best comedy, but it was very very short.
Yeah, they're definitely like a 15-minute episode, but they'd have
We
three
got
different
You know-
Agrescu.
you know what?
We got another season of Agrescu.
Aggressive
You know what?
yeah.
I'm surprised. How come Shaman King is not in any of it in the category neither?
Shaman King had mixed reviews, but Shaman King was also good.
I
And I
really
still need to
like
watch
Shaman
part-
King.
I still need to watch part 2 and part 3 because I stopped on episode 12, the dub, and it's good.
Whoa, part 3 got
It
released.
took me back
Yeah,
to my
it
childhood.
got released
because
recently.
I love the animation style.
Snap.
Part 3 released last week
Yeah.
on last week Thursday.
I'll be
I'm
watching
I'm
that.
looking
and
at
Vivi.
last year's list, and I didn't know Keep Your Hands Off Aizoken got all the credit that it deserved last year.
It did. It did get a lot of
It's
credit.
Such a good anime.
I mean,
Such
it got written on Times, New York Times.
Yeah, it was on the New York Times as like best anime. Yeah, it was so good. That's crazy. I didn't know that they was getting the credit it deserved. I like that.
Ray says Shaman King was very okay. That's why I can see why.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You wanted it to be better than it was, and it wasn't. Devilman Crybaby again.
That
No, we
was
didn't
a-
get new episodes.
no,
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 no.
that
Did we
was-
get Doro? Was it Doro Hedoro that we got more for last year?
No.
Or am I going
No.
too far back now?
Too far back. You're going way too far back.
Yeah, I don't.
I
don't know
mean,
what
I haven't.
else.
I didn't watch Eden, and that was like from the same director of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
They didn't.
When-
Did they not have? They didn't have best couple this year, did they?
No, they did it. Good point. Yeah, they don't have best couple. But maybe it's
There's no
because we didn't-
Kobayashi. There's no
Isn't
Kobayashi
that
content.
Best romance? Like
No,
They had
they
best
had
romance,
couple last year
but
because in 2020 they had Kaguya-sama and the other guy be the best couple to win.
Okay.
It's interesting.
When did when did we get the rest of Great Pretender? Was that damn this
That
been
was
too long.
last
Never
year.
mind.
That was last
That
year.
was-
That was last year. As I
That
remember,
was last year.
that was on Crunchyroll's like nominations for
Yeah,
sure.
that was last year.
A
yeah.
lot of nominations for Crunchyroll and stuff. It had last year was Godzilla, something
Okay.
point.
Yeah.
Godzilla point.
It's the timing of when some of those things came out is what it is. But yeah.
last
Great
year
Pretender.
had the super villain, Super Crooks.
Super Crooks was pretty good too.
Super Crooks is
I haven't
good.
seen it.
Wow.
I thought it was okay, but it wasn't like wow.
So it's
to me.
completely different than the read. So
It
the
is.
read starts around episode 9. It's a short, like 10 to 12 issue run, I think, or something like that. And it starts from episode 9 through 12. That's the comic. So everything else from 1 through 8 or whatever, those are just their own thing. And it makes sense because in the comic, there was times where they talk about the past. They talk about things that these characters did in the past that you never knew about. And then they basically animated it. And I thought Super Crooks was done really well.
I mean, I never
Guys,
watched
we're funny.
Juniper's.
B-Stars on this list. Netflix got some love.
I
forgot.
never watched Juniper Legacy, and I got
I didn't care
canceled
for it.
after the first season, and that's why I didn't really give too much of the lore from Super Crooks, even though Super Crooks is the side story
Super.
of Juniper's Legacy.
Is that Witcher animated series?
Oh, it was so good.
I still
Movie.
need to see it.
Isn't that more of Western animation than it is to anime?
That's why I was like, I don't know where we cut things. Ultraman is
Yeah, I think it's like we can't count Western animation.
was
as a
Ultraman.
category.
Oh, was that? Did it actually ever come out? Actually, now that I think about
The
it,
new
I don't
season,
think so.
not yet. But like, if we were to count Western animation, Arcane should have been in this list.
Ooh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
For
Oh,
sure.
hell yeah.
For sure.
For sure,
Um,
definitely.
I enjoyed. Well, you're just doing this year though, so yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
overall,
this ever.
with Crunchyroll Awards, it's not horrible.
There's
It's
a lot
not
of good
better
choices.
than last year, but overall, it's a good list. I saw some people complaining about it, but overall, this list is actually a good one that I'm happy to say is not horrible. Is it better than last year? It depends on what categories that we missed that was not included this year, but not bad of a list. Not bad of great nominations. I wonder if these type of nominations or awards, I wonder if Japan actually cares about this, or the directors or mangakas actually care about these type of nominations and actually, actually winning. Because I wonder if this is their version of the Oscars. So
I
I'm
think
really
it has
curious
to
about
be
that.
important because
Yeah.
you got to think about how much seniority drives the industry over there, and I
True.
think that this would have to play a big factor in the way mangakas are kind of viewed,
Yeah. I
and
would definitely think
notoriety of studios as well. Like
Yeah.
who do you gonna pitch? Whose studio do you want to pick up? Whatever. I gotta think these are very important.
I
Very.
think with
'Cause,
all
I
these
mean,
good
being recognized-
categories and it's hard choices to pick of who might actually can take it, lets us we're eating. We're all literally gets to know like how these guys got listed within these categories is because we know the contents of that scene or the score from the animation, the best boy, the girl, whatever, all of that stuff. It really is really good in perspective of anime as a whole. There's a lot of good points from these animes of choices where we have so much varieties to watch because of said reason of best boy, best girl, best animation, best fight scenes, all of it. I think it's a good thing because anime is constantly evolving and it's constantly getting better and better every single year and more varieties to watch, and you have to love it.
Right. You definitely want to know though, because I mean, being recognized by your peers is important.
Yes.
I know it is to me at least. Like You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always times where people, if they shout out different podcasts, I'm always like, hey, what about us? So I'm pretty sure it's the same way with, with the manga and comics. I mean, manga and anime studios. They all want to be like, you know what I'm saying, recognized by their peers. Like, having the fans and everything is great. And you definitely love that because that's who you're doing it for. But at the same time, you definitely want to be recognized by your peers.
Uh, okay, guys. I think we might want to wrap up. We've been talking a lot of this stuff for over 3 hours. This is very good
Yeah,
content,
great
though. Like,
conversation.
there was that's like the good thing about so many great choices in categories is like, yeah, there's a lot to talk about for every single one of them, and
And this gives me stuff to binge right up until they actually like present the winners and everything. So I have a list of incredible anime that I can go watch right now. So
Mm.
yeah, this was great.
It's like the Oscars. As soon as the
Yeah.
Oscars come out, I'm like,
Love
oh,
it.
I need to watch this, and that.
Yep.
yeah, we don't
Have to
we
watch
don't need
TV.
6 old white people. We have a more diverse in category itself where we can actually know, we watch and choose better of
Well,
what.
the Oscars are a lot more diverse, over the past, 3 to 4 years,
I
I got
mean, it
Vivi,
still needs. It still
Taxi, and a
needs.
couple
It
other
just
animes.
started.
So
It
excited.
just started having their big toe touching in Korean films. Okay, James. It still needs
I'll
to
take
go
your
in.
word for it.
You are correct.
It still
take your
needs
word
some
for it,
more.
James.
Go into just more than just Korean films. Like go into other other countries' films. Go into Bollywood. Go into French. Go into Europe. Anywhere else.
Scared, afraid.
Well, I mean, they also have to have a U.S. release to qualify. So
Yep.
so if they don't, that's the issue.
Yeah, it has been released in New York and Las Vegas for more than 2 or 3 days.
Wow.
More than a
so-
weekend,
yeah,
essentially.
more than a week. Yeah. So it's like that's why more foreign films don't end up in those categories because they don't technically qualify.
And that's why there's a foreign category for that reason. Because
Right.
since they don't qualify in the US and actually being played there, they qualify in the foreign category.
So,
Which I hate because sometimes there could be one-offs where one of those films should just be Best Picture, but that's a whole another conversation.
could Arcane should have been nominated within the Golden Globes or an Emmy or something like that, because it was actually that quality good. But they don't have that kind of
does-
category, right? Like a whole.
I don't think they
which
have
is-
an animation category
Damn.
or to be a contender for, even though it's TV for Netflix.
James, correct me if I'm wrong. There has definitely been exceptions where animation has been included.
They have animated movies, but they never really have a whole animated series show.
No, because at the Oscars there's a separate section just for like Best Animated, which
Mhm.
I think it's dumb because if it's the best film, it's the best film. Period. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So that's one of my things. Like I wish I could just like sign a petition to just get rid of that category, because if it's nominated for Best Picture, it should just be in the category. Make more slots to include animated films and foreign films. That should just be up for Best Picture. But yeah,
Mm.
Well, I feel like with foreign films, they're actually better contenders within Best Film of the Year kind of categories wise, and I don't think the Emmys and Grammys they're ready for that. They're not ready for that.
To deal with that.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a whole other conversation.
Oh
real.
yeah, for sure. But yeah,
Because I could talk about that for hours.
but yeah, Kendall and Steve, please give us your plugs.
Oh no. Go ahead, Steve.
Oh, okay. So you can follow me at ScubaSteve1428 on all social media. Follow the Blerd Mind page, pod page. Follow the Linktree. You can follow all of the guys that's on the Linktree. There's 9 of us on there on IPMOB, and it's all, you can follow everybody. They're on Twitch, they're on YouTube, they're doing all these different things, doing great things. So yeah, follow them. And that's it.
Kendall.
You can follow me at Kendall X Anime on all social medias, including Quirk Chat. From there, on my Instagram, you can see my voice acting page on Instagram that I started, as well as the Conquer Movement. Please follow the Conquer Movement. Please follow my voice acting page, Vocalize Chaos. And of course, as always, shout out to No Anime No Life Facebook.
James?
Yeah, you guys can follow me all over social media at JB Exclusive. Follow me on Twitter. You want to watch me talk about movies, anime, comics, all that stuff. Tomorrow night, Villains episode 49. We're going to be talking about Peacemaker episode 4, which was my favorite episode by far. We're also going to be talking about the Godzilla live action series that's coming to Apple TV Plus. We're also going to be talking about our thoughts on the Batman being 3 hours long. And we're also going to be talking about Tom Cruise's production company, the production company that's partnering with Tom Cruise to make his next film, to create a literal movie studio, a production studio in space. So that's going to be fucking dope. It's going to have a sports arena in space, and they're trying to have this done by December 2024. So that's going to be really interesting.
Black Panther being delayed for the 100th time.
Yeah, and that too. And Lupita Nyong'o actually got COVID and a bunch of other like crewmates. So yeah, they had to shut down production again after just restarting it after 1 week. So yeah,
Dang.
lots to talk about on Villains tomorrow night. And Brian Dupree from Popaholics will be our guest to talk about all of that stuff tomorrow. So hope to see you there.
Vash.
For me, follow me at Legendary Vash everywhere else on social media, and you'll find me tomorrow at C4S Villains tomorrow on episode 49. And next week, episode 50 is a big episode for myself and James and Steve that has been doing his homework for a guy that has inspired myself and James for doing the show, John Schnepp. So if you are a fan of us and you're a fan of John Schnepp himself, definitely check out episode 50 next week. And I appreciate for you checking out Anime Podcast, Shona Ronan. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. Both our shows, the It Mob, also an A podcast, the Ray Apollo, Twitch.tv streams, and the Spicy Entertainment podcast. Everything involved around her and the Twitch channel as well. Definitely check all the links down below, and we appreciate you guys checking us out.
Thank you guys for watching and or listening. I've been Sam the Mega Man. You can follow me on all my social medias and any content. And you've been listening to the Anime Lately podcast. Peace.
Pancakes and cheese.
For shame.
Why, Vash?
Bye.